When you do your best, you can.
Oh, here it is. Hello, chat.
My tongue is a bad habit. Kinda mad that I didn't take a stab
at it.
Thought you were too good for me, my dear. Never gave me time.
Hello, chat. Are we here?
It's okay, things happen for reasons that I think are sure. Yeah,
I wish I knew you wanted me. I wish I knew you wanted me. Oh no, you're getting unskippable ads. Oh no, Kay. Hi, Chris.
Bite your tongue like my bad habit. Would you mind if I tried to make a
pass at it?
You're not too good for me, my dear. Funny you come back to me, my dear. It's okay, things happen for reasons that I can't ignore. Yeah.
I knew. I wish I knew you wanted me. I wish I knew. I wish I knew you wanted me.
I'm everywhere, I'm cross-sighted. Now that you're back, I can decide if if you're invited. You always knew the way to wow me. Fuck around, get tongue-tied. I turn it on, I make it rowdy. Then carry on, but I'm not hiding. You grabbing me hard, cause you know what you found is biscuits, it's gravy bag.
Happy Ramadan. I'm like the worst Muslim ever, so I'm not fasting this year, but I used to fast. Even after I was like, I'm an atheist. I used to.
When you do your best, you can.
And then I started gaining weight every time Ramadan came along, so I was like, I'm not fasting anymore. This is bullshit.
You, me, and anybody else. So they always Fetal.
Everybody else lost weight. I would always gain weight, so I was like, no fucking way, dude. I'm switching this song. Just a second. Ooh, this one. I like this one.
1 year, 10,000 bad moments, but it was dressed up in heated emotion. And I tried to look for the best in the worst, but like fuck me, that caused a commotion. You're lucky I'm a private person. I've quietly carried your burden, and everyone thinks you're an angel, but shit.
Oh, hello, Conduit. Does your family have...
Oh, you're
So vicious, love me, then pretend you didn't.
crush my heart and wreck my image. Why you gotta be so vicious?
Sorry, when a song comes on that I really like, I have trouble paying attention to that. Does your family have traditional foods or for the pre-sunrise meal? I mean, yeah, like some Indian snack foods and stuff like that. We had dates also, usually, you know, so. I physically can't fast because my meds make it too dangerous for me. Ooh. Well, happy Ramadan anyways to you. Hi, Tippy. How's it going? So vicious. And pretend you didn't.
Crush my heart and wreck my image.
Why did I think so? Oh, you're so vicious. Pretend you didn't. Why you gotta be so? Any chudders in the house? Hey, look, Chud Logic fans can be here if they want. I'm just gonna be very fucking honest about my opinions on this. Oh, you're so vicious.
But I wish
I didn't.
If you're out there somewhere listening, why you gotta be so vicious?
Ooh, exporting a test version of my next vid. Exciting times. Ooh, interesting, Conduit. Can I ask what your next vid is on? I actually this week I'm gonna be buckling down on finishing my video essay as well. We'll see if I'm actually able to get it done by Friday. Might be more of like a Sunday, Monday thing. But I will be buckling down and working very hard on it. So I can DM, but no public spoilers. Okay. Oh. We're skipping forward a little bit.
I didn't think you'd understand.
Hi, Kangaloo. Please don't make me hide. I've been putting up a fight. What's the use of it now? When I get pulled down. Wait, really?
You can't blame the reflections and the ripples on the ground. I might as well have drowned.
Hi, single player Carl. How's it going?
So I'm keeping busy, work twice as hard as you. Want you to believe me, that I can pick and choose. Said you let me drive your car.
Hi, Jake Breaker.
As long as I'm with you.
Wow, Conduit.
Then you'd wait till
I can't wait to see your video. It's gonna be awesome.
me that you'll be gone soon. Feels too late right now.
I've been holding back cause I'm afraid that I'm too out. 6 feet underground.
Feel alone. conquer my way through them. Not sure how I do it.
Yeah, you can't fuck around with blood pressure, Chris. I'm glad that you're not fasting then.
People would listen as the water glistens. Then I see my reflection so much clearer. So I'm keeping busy. Work twice as hard as you. Want you to believe me that I can pick and choose. Said you'd let me drive your car as long as I'm with you. Then you'd wait till we get far and tell me that you'll be gone soon.
Oh, this is a good one. You guys, when is he coming back? When is Frank Ocean coming back? That green, lucky charms, maids come around too much.
Parents ain't around enough. Too many joy rides in daddy's Jaguar. Too many white lies and white
lines.
Super rich kids with nothing but loose ends. Super rich kids with nothing but fake friends. Start my day up on the roof.
There's nothing like this type of view.
Point the clicker
At the tomb. I prefer expensive news.
New car, new girl,
New ice, new glass.
new watch, good times, babe. It's
Good times, yeah.
Wash my back 3 times a day. This
Shower head feels so amazing.
won't be high. The help don't stare. They just walk by. They must don't
Does anybody in the chat even remember Frank Ocean, or am I just too old now? Is this considered old music now?
dream more will never do.
I don't know with you Zoomers, okay?
Many bottles of this wine we can't pronounce. Too many bowls of that green, no lucky charms. The maids come around too much. Parents ain't around enough. Too many joy rides in daddy's Jaguar. Too many white lies and white lines. Super rich
Kids with nothing but rich friends. Super rich kids with nothing but fake friends.
real love.
I'm searching for the real love. Real love. Searching for real love. Real love.
Close your eyes for what you can't imagine. We are the Zanny Nash and Caddy smashing, Bratty assy, Maddie snatched his daddy's jag and used this shit for batting practice.
I've not heard that name since the olden times, the long ago. Wow, you're making me feel really fucking old. Hangalope says, I was on Tumblr. I remember, I was on Tumblr. Wow. What do people still use Tumblr? You don't remember, Jake. Wow.
We end our day up on the roof.
The roof. I say I'll jump, I never do. But when I'm drunk, I act a fool.
Do they sew wings until it suits?
I'm on that ledge. She grabs my arm. She slaps my head. Good times.
Sleeve rips up a slipper for the market's down like 6
Okay, you don't need to remind me, okay, that other streamers exist, Kev, okay? I'm special. You should just be here for me, okay? I'm clearly the only streamer slash YouTuber you guys watch, right? Clearly.
Bottles of this wine we can't pronounce. Too many bowls of that green, no lucky charms. The maids
Fuck,
come
I missed
around too much.
the best part. Ah, fuck.
My silver spoon is very good. The market's down like 60 stories, and some don't end.
Deorio do be eating up your viewers. Remember that time, like this was years ago, when that one guy who used to post news all the time on Twitter was calling Augie, RFC, and Nick Deorio my orbiter. I was like, bro, I'm so small compared to these people. How are you calling them my orbiters? What the fuck? And they thought it was so funny. Stardust is the best. Oh, thank you, Tipster. I don't know. I forgot his name, but it was some guy who was in Twitch politics for a bit. And he was calling Nick Deorio and Augie RFC my orbiters. And I was like, bro, we're not even in the same content category, I'm pretty sure. Okay. Let me just... I need to finish the best part of the song, okay?
My silver spoon is very good. $1,000,000, $1,000,000
Million
cash.
cash.
Close my eyes and feel the talking about.
Okay, right. Okay.
So wings until it suits. I'm on that ledge.
She grabs my arm, she slaps my head. Good times. Sleep rips off, I slip, I fall. The market's down like 60 stories. The way they should. The silver spoon has fed me good. $1,000,000, $1,000,000 cash. Close my eyes, I feel the crash.
Too many bottles of this wine we can't pronounce. Too many bowls of that green, no lucky charms. The maids come around too much. Parents ain't around enough. Too many joy rides in daddy's Jaguar.
Okay, wait a minute. I need to pause for chat. What is chat saying right now? You should have just said yes, what, to them being my orbiters? Maybe now I will. Do you ever look at all the gossip amongst the men and laugh about how much all of us women know behind the scenes? Look, let me tell you something, heck yeah, okay? This is how you know it's a patriarchy. I have said, yes, there is a conspiracy in this world, but it is not some shadowy group of, of men suppressing another group of men, okay? It's not the Jews, like everybody likes to blame it on the Jews. It is men suppressing women, okay? Because you know what? They call us dramatic. Who are the ones running the fucking drama fucking YouTube channels and blowing them up? Hello? I never want to hear a man tell me women are dramatic ever again. All you guys do is fucking cover drama. Oh, women can't, they're too emotional. All I see is emotional from you guys. They call us dramatic, Stardust being dramatic. Okay, it is part of my job to be dramatic. Agreed, because I can guarantee you and I know many overlaps of information, and yet you and I haven't crossed paths officially. Hey, maybe. I'm actually a little bit more out of the loop than you would think. Men on YouTube are the biggest drama queens. Very true. Very true. It's just, it's a patriarchy, okay? They talk about women sleeping their way to the top. What, you think men don't sleep their way to the top either? Also, who are the ones who created the system where women can't even be promoted on, like, meritocracy? They have to sleep their way to get to the top. Men committing murder over the smallest slight. That's true, too. I never want to hear anything about women being more dramatic again, okay? Maybe we're more dramatic on a small scale, okay, for things that don't matter. But when things matter, okay, we lock in. We don't kill people, okay? Murder suicides, you guys have that on lock, okay? Men do the familial murder suicides where they kill themselves and their entire families, and then first they usually drown their children and their wife. Well, no, that's more of a postpartum depression thing, or postpartum psychosis. So men usually take the gun and they shoot their children and their wife, and then they shoot themselves. So, like, I mean, yeah, they have a bad day and they do that, okay? Don't ever call me dramatic again, all right? Don't ever call me dramatic again. Yeah, family annihilators, almost exclusively men, all right? And when women do it, we're way more pleasant about it, okay? We're the ones who think about it. We're like, oh, maybe I shouldn't shoot my family in the head one by one. Maybe I should, you know, do it in a much more gentle way, in their sleep or something, you know? Not with a fucking shotgun. My goodness. Except postpartum ladies, that they're a little extra. Okay. I'm too lazy and scatterbrained to pay attention to drama and trashy celebrity gossip. I turn to Kathy Griffin for D-list garbage, and I turn to Stardust for internet horror. You know the worst part about Lorena Bobbitt? Hipster, I saw that you deleted that, but the worst part about Lorena Bobbitt is later on they found out, like, you can read her Wikipedia. Apparently her husband was, like, horribly abusive to her and beat her and, like, raped her. And then she was like, yo, I'm gonna chop this dude's dick off. Like, I still wouldn't have done that. I still wouldn't have done it, okay? I'm a pacifist in my personal life, okay? That's not something I would have done. But yikes, dude. She was being abused and raped for years, bro. You should change the stream title to Balding Angloid Gets Work Whistle Angry Over Fat New Yorker Ignoring PMs. Oh my god, that's so fucking funny. That's going... Oh my god, amazing. You're a fucking genius. Oh, what? Hello? Okay. Title. No. No. This, maybe? Properties. Okay. What's a good font for this? Yeah, how about this one? That one looks... Balding English. Oh my god. Oh my god. That needs to be the title right now. Yeah, well, look, it needs to have Nick Deorio and Chud Logic in it. Or in the main title, or it won't pick up in the algorithm, okay? So also, sorry, but isn't it almost midnight for you, Star? Okay, it is almost. I need to finish my makeup real quick, okay? I'm gonna see in black letter use Old English or something. Oh my god. Okay, just a second. Just a second. I even have a special slideshow for you guys. Okay? I even have a special slideshow. God, I need to come up with one for Kuihman too. What, like... Well, I'm sure we'll get there. We'll get there. Don't worry about it. Hi, Will from Texas. How's it going? Does Stardust have a Discord? I have T. I do have a Discord. Can a mod link the Discord? Balding England gets whistle angry. Oh my god, you guys are so funny. Okay. Note to self, do not become the subject of a Stardust slideshow. Wait, let me make you a mod, Gilded. Don't do any bad mod shit, okay? One second. Ooh, this is a good one. Okay, we're starting in 5 minutes.
Tell nobody I control you. I broke you just to own you. They can't tell, but I love you. Cause you're loyal, baby. I love when you're submissive. You love it when I break skin. You feel pain without flinching. So say it. Give me tough love. Leave me with nothing when I come down. My kind of force me and choke me
Till I pass out. We don't gotta be alone.
I don't gotta be the one, no. I just wanna be
One of your girls tonight.
We don't gotta be alone, no. I don't gotta be the one, no.
I actually disagree with the lyrics, okay? But it's a banger song, all right? Let me just pause the song. Okay. Okay, just a second. Okay, first off, the lyrics here are, force me and choke me till I pass out. Okay, I disagree with that, okay? I'm not down with that, okay? Choking is very scary, all right? Why is she so obsessed to make a whole slideshow star taking 5 entire minutes to make it through? What song is this? This is The Weeknd. Feat. Jenny and Lily Rose Depp. And it's called One of the Girls, okay? And it says, we don't gotta be in love, no. I don't gotta be the one, no. I just want to be one of your girls tonight. I disagree with this, okay? I am very important. I don't want to be one of your girls tonight, okay? All right? I'm not okay with that. Just me just ruining the song. I just got here. Oh man, I'm just already ruining things for the chat. I just got here to, I'm not into choking. Choking is very scary. Lamau. Okay, but it's true. Listen to the lyrics, okay? Look, it's just a banger song, okay? It's just a fucking banger song, okay? It's such a good song, all right? Wait. Love. And then she sings, force me and choke me till I pass out. I'm not down with that. It's just a banger song. I don't like it, okay? The choking thing is kind of scary, you know? Was Lily Rose the one in Yoga Hosers? I think so. Okay, so yeah. Every time I join, you were just saying something that sounds wild out of context. Look, I'm telling you, you guys can hear the song, right? She sings, oh yeah, choke me and pass me till, force me and choke me till I pass out. I'm not down with that. I'm just singing along because it's a banger song, okay? It's a really pretty hot song, okay? Sorry, I worked hard for that chat. Please read. Yeah, I saw you were fighting with chat. To be fair, Stardust, I think social media breeds dramatic people regardless of gender. The algorithm rewards them. Sure. Also, I'm just very funny, okay? I'm just a very funny person, so. Give Star some credit. It's wild in context too. Hey, it's not that wild. It's part of the song. It's the weekend. All of his songs are like this, okay? I'm just saying. Oh, the entire lyrics, now that I'm looking at the entire lyrics of the song are pretty wild. And then she sings, we don't gotta be in love. No, I don't gotta be the one. No, I just wanna be one of your girls tonight. I'm not down with that either, okay? I'm not down with that either. I have to be special. I don't want to be one of your girls, okay? I have to be the one, okay? So, I'm just saying... Isn't The Weeknd canceled for, like, that exact thing? No, The Weeknd pulls it off because he's got, a Michael Jackson voice, and he's incredibly dirty, you know? So, half of his early material is... People don't even know how much of his early material is, like, incredibly graphic. It's just incredibly graphic. I'm just clarifying that I'm not down with that, okay? But the song is really hot, and it's a banger song. Of your girls tonight. We don't gotta be in love, no. I don't gotta be the one, no. One of your girls tonight.
Push me down, hold me down. Spit in my mouth while you turn me on.
See, don't spit in my mouth. I'm not down with that. Shit, did you hear what she just saying? She's saying, push me down, hold me down, spit in my mouth while you turn me out. I'm not down with that. I'm not, I don't know how people get into that. Spitting in each other's mouths? That's a little bit too much for me. That's a little bit too much. It's a little too much for me, all right? But the vibes of the song are very hot, okay? All right? Spit in my mouth while you turn me out. Bro, what? What? Hello?
Light inside. Dim me down, snuff me out. Hands on my neck.
Stardust, the implied message is that she can fix him and become the one by being a degen. Women be like that. Oh, you know what? That's true. There are a lot of girls get caught into that in their 20s. They find like a really, really nasty, really degenerate guy. And they think like, oh, he'll realize that I'm the one for him and we were meant to be together. He'll realize that we're meant to be together and that I'm like his dream girl if I'm really, really freaky with him, even though I don't like it. What? He didn't warn me before he choked me out, but like, it's okay. He just didn't realize. He doesn't realize that he loves me. What? Hello? Awkward silence. Okay, okay.
While you push it out, and I'm screaming now.
Give me tough love. Leave me.
What do you mean it's weird that he punched me in the face? Like, he's just really into that. He didn't know I wasn't into that. He didn't know I wasn't into that. He just... He'll realize that he loves me and I'm his dream girl, and then he'll treat me nice. What? Dude, imagine getting decked in the fucking face and they didn't even warn you for it. They didn't even warn you. What? A little bit of like, I wasn't offended until that happened. Okay. No, I don't wanna be that.
I just wanna be one.
Love you close tonight.
I don't gotta be
girls tonight. One of your girls tonight. No. Starting to sound like a personal experience. Why would you say that? What are you talking? What's a personal experience? Okay, but I'm just saying, like, the part, I don't know, she repeats it a few times, I think. Let me see. Yeah, no, that whole, the lyrics, the chorus is literally, push me down, hold me down, spit in my mouth while you turn me out. Bro, what turns people on about spitting in each other's mouths? That's what my birds do, bro. That's what my bird, I mean, they don't spit in each other. They literally regurgitate into each other. But Star, I take it back. I think she's trying to win him back. This is like the BPD theme song. Yeah, it's dirty. I don't want your spit in my mouth. Hello? What? Well, I'm not saying that, Kay. I'm just saying, like, spitting in each... I feel like it's a little disrespectful, right? Don't spit in my mouth, bro. Please don't. Like, what? Look, I'll try... If I'm really in love with somebody, I'll try anything once, okay? But I'm gonna be really unhappy about the spitting in the mouth thing. I'm just saying, you know? What are we, birds? I see my birds do that every day to each other. It's gross. They swap spit. Why would you spit in her mouth when you can spit on her face? Gross, bro. Prude. No, I'm not a prude. Okay? My belief is you find your person and then you just, like, become more and more degenerate with that one person, you know? Mug me in an alley? That should be part of the lyrics. That's hot. Getting mugged in an alley. What, you thought we were dating? No. Give me your wallet, bitch. No. You know, I'm just so disappointed in Tory Lanez, because he made some pretty hot songs. Ooh, this one's a good one.
I hope you're great.
I think it's time we took a break so I can grow emotionally.
That's what he
What
said
he said to
me. Here we go again, crying in bed. What a
Nothing really did. All my friends are loving.
call for a third wheel and probably should have guessed he's like the rest. So fun and so deceiving. There's nobody's son, not anyone left
For me to believe in.
No, yeah,
I'm good. Just thought he eventually would cave in, reach out, but no siree. He discovered self-control. Crying in bed, right off the all for three women. To believe in.
That boy is corrupt. Could you raise him to love me? Maybe he sure fucked me up. And yes, I'm talking about your baby. That boy is corrupt. Get PTSD on the daily. He sure fucked me up. And yes, I'm talking about your baby. Here we go again, crying in bed. What a familiar feeling. All my friends are lying. I'm the one they call for third wheeling. Probably should have guessed he's like the rest. So fine and so deceiving. There's nobody's son, not anyone left for me to
Believe in. Oh, I love this song.
This is my lover's prayer. I hope
How's it going, guys?
you, my love.
This is my lover's prayer.
And I hope you can understand it, my love. My life is such a weary thing. But in my years old,
Okay, so as you guys know, it is
keep me wanting, waiting and wishing.
Gen Z has trouble getting it up due to microplastics, apparently. Okay, look. Apparently 20% of men in their 20s have some form of ED and 30% of men in their 30s have some form of ED. It's not that abnormal, I guess. So, you know, human bodies are just like just really weird and stuff. I mean, like even giving birth is like super not optimal. So, you know, y'all heads are too big or whatever, apparently. So, anyways, like the babies' heads are too big. There was, you know, huge, you know, maternal mortality or whatever, you know, whatever. Okay, anyways, for a long time because, you know, humans are not built correctly or whatever. It's just most animals have issues giving birth. Oh, I didn't know that. I think this is a myth. Oh, maybe they do. I don't know. I could be wrong. But I mean, whether most animals have trouble giving birth doesn't change the fact that, like, okay, we're all like built kind of fucked up. So you're just anti-intellectual and want us to have smaller brains? No. Just need to balance out the microplastics with macroplastics. So true. So true. Wild chimps and elephants have similar rates. Microplastics are like third-hand smoking, some nonsense media made up for clicks. I don't think, no, that smoking is pretty... Well, I don't know about anything about third-hand smoking, okay? But I have been contemplating recently of hiring some TikTok witches to, like, cast curses on people I hate. And I think it would be really funny if I was like, hey, can you make sure that this one person is just exposed to a lot of secondhand smoke? Can you just curse them with that? Like... Can you make the carcinogens in their body just like extra potent or whatever? I feel like this top too revealing? I feel like it's too revealing. Okay. Fucked up. Would you prefer to go back to being a monkey? I mean, sometimes, yeah. Microplastics are addictive. Your body starts craving them again when you try to get clean. Really? I don't know anything about that. I don't know anything about that. I'm not gonna fact check you on that, okay? I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know what microplastics taste like, okay? I don't know. All I do know is that I said that Chud Logic was a spineless bitch years ago, and I'm just saying I was right, okay? Everybody thought I was crazy. Y'all were like, "Oh, what are you talking about, Stardust? You don't know what you're talking." I knew what I was talking about, okay? I knew what I was talking about. And how much shit y'all gave me, okay? I shouldn't be saying the word y'all, that's cultural appropriation. But all of the shit that people gave me, and I was right in the end, all right? I get it. It's hard to judge the character of content creators, okay? But here's a quick way. How does this person treat people who they have no clout to gain off of, and who it is very easy and in to shit on, when it's easy and in to shit on somebody? Do they take advantage of that? Do they try to farm content? You know? For no good reason, really, you know? And at some point, I'll go into that. But let me pull up the stuff here. Here we go again. Crying again. Oh, I don't even know. I don't remember lyrics. Here we go again, crying again. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Microplastics probably taste like water bottles. I don't really like the taste of water bottles. I like the taste of like the metal water bottles, you know? But commentary is so fucked. We need a go back machine. We do not need a go back machine. It's all been fucked for a long time, okay? Is it easy? Are they a content creator? Yes, they will farm. It's a little bit different. There's some people who make it very easy for themselves to be farmed, and then there's some people you're farming for no good reason, you know? So, I'm just saying. Okay. And as you guys know, like years ago, I fell out with Chud Logic because, and we can go over this at some point, but I'm probably not going to go over it right now because I looked at the length of these videos that I have to watch. But if you want a TLDR of why I fell out with Chud Logic, the reason why I fell out with him is because there used to be a guy in our communities called Elder Drazi, okay? And yes, Elder Drazi, you know, he could be a little lame sometimes. Who isn't a little lame sometimes? But he was a very easy guy to pick on, okay? And Elder Drazi unknowingly doxed himself through his PayPal, and people found out his real name, and they found out his resume, they found his website, they found pictures of his wife and his girlfriend, because this guy was polyamorous, and they were making fun of his wife and his girlfriend and sharing the pictures around. And this was happening, like when this happened, Elder Drazi had a conversation with Chud Logic, like, hey, can you make sure people aren't spreading this information around in your server? And Chud Logic was, yeah, we'll make sure that won't happen. And it continued to happen in his server. And I was not happy with that. And I called him out for it. And then he like continued to play ignorant and be like, oh, I can't control my community, blah, 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 which is what he always does. And then we eventually had a debate, and I made the point that, like, look, like, you benefit off of this one small portion of your community. Like, you act like they're completely out of your control. I would maybe agree with you if your community was super large and this wasn't like a segmented off portion of your community that you individually interact with on a regular basis. But you do interact with them on a regular basis, and you benefit off of the drama that they farm, and like, then you play ignorant. And you gave Elder Drazi your word that you would make sure that his personal information wasn't continued to be spread around in your server, and you didn't follow through on that. In fact, while I was like arguing and going over the stuff, people continued to say his name in that server. And then also I pointed out that he was friendly with multiple doxers in his community. And I called him out on that. And then he banned a couple of them, to his credit. But like, then people acted like I was crazy for that. So basically what happened is that Stardust was in love with Chud, and he was like, no, you're not 18. No, I'm not making that. Okay, one, you are making an allegation I want nothing to do with. Secondly, no, okay? I am not interested in content creators. Content creators are way too fucking crazy, and I am way too fucking crazy. And also, I need to be the center of attention. I'm sorry. If there are two content creators in a relationship, I can't be the center of attention. So it needs to be me. But anyways. I mean, he had multiple doxers in his community who had doxed people, other content creators before, and I was not down with that, and I called him out for it. And, you know, they had done, it's not like even self-defensive doxing. It was like they had done this for no good reason, you know? So, yeah, at a certain point, like, I don't know. I've always called him a spineless bitch. I think I was the first person in this community to call him a spineless bitch, and people were like, Stardust, you're crazy. And yeah, I mean, I'll go into more detail about this at some point in the future, but I don't have time tonight. I would rather keep this a relatively, you know, shorter stream, even though I wasted like 40 minutes doing my makeup. And singing with songs, but you know. Anyways, let's get into it. Would you say he's negligent, or you think he just doesn't care, or didn't care? I think he just didn't care at that time. I don't think he's negligent. I think he just didn't care. And you know what? That's fine if you don't care, but then don't give somebody your word that you're going to make sure that their personal information isn't spread around. And especially when your Discord server is spreading around pictures of his girlfriend and his wife and making fun of them. They're not involved in it. They're not content creators, you know? So, I don't know. Like, they're not content creators. Like, I just feel like, okay, you can decide to not care. I've never heard of Elder whatever. How long ago was it? This was years ago. And maybe we'll go over it at some point. I still have my old PowerPoint from back then. And I still have all the stuff that I wrote down and all those screenshots that I took. But right now I just want to get into the Nicholas Deorio stuff. I got banned from his server because of a slur, so this is funny to me. I mean, I got banned from his server for saying bad words as well. Telling multiple people to find a rope, I guess. But I'm just saying, like, how the fuck are you gonna allow people to continue to spread personal information? Why would you even give your word to somebody? Don't give your word to Eldrazi then. If that's what you're gonna do, you know? And they were like, their thing was like, oh, well, Stardust accused us of doxing. Okay, you know what? Fine. Maybe me initially saying, okay, they're spreading dox information around was a little bit like, or saying like, oh, this person doxed this person. Like, I'm not incorrect in that there were multiple people who were doxers in this community. I'm not incorrect in that they were continuing to spread self-doxed information from Eldrazi. So I'm not down with that. I'm sorry. I'm just not good with it. I called him out for this years ago. So, spreading somebody's pictures of somebody's wife and girlfriend around, that's totally cool. Who aren't content creators, by the way. So, Spencer Howard was unbanned from the server, but y'all are banned. I don't know who Spencer Howard is, okay? Chet always says my word is my bond. Well, you gave your fucking word to Eldrazi forever ago. How did that fucking turn out for him? So yeah, when he says his word is his bond, I don't fucking believe it. Why that stuff gets shared in the first place? Because they thought it was funny to make fun of Eldrazi. And in some cases, it is funny to make fun of certain people. But it's not funny to me to, again, spread pictures around of his wife and his girlfriend and make fun of them when they're not content creators. It all started really because Eldrazi recorded himself, and this was a very stupid move on Eldrazi's part, by the way. Eldrazi recorded himself doing a job interview or whatever, and then he thought it was a scam, and he got into a fight with a lady who wanted him to come in for a job interview, and it was really cringe, and it was really funny. And so, you know, that it all started with that, and then people found his real name through his PayPal, I guess. And then because they found his real name through his PayPal, they were all joking about it in their Discord server or whatever. And they found like his resume, and they found like other places he'd worked, and then, you know, social media of his girlfriend and his wife. And it was just like, yeah, he was cringe, but like, is it really necessary, you know? Drazi did something silly and cringe, but then people took it too far because they were fucking asshats. Exactly. Exactly. Abaddon was there for this. That phone call ruled. It was so awesome. What are you talking about? The phone call was horrible. It was so fucking cringe. Was never cringe, total Ubermensch style. Drazi stood up for himself. Bro, you've got to be kidding me. Okay, look, okay, there are gonna be a few people in the chat who... The Chudlogic thing was messed up too. I'm pretty sure it was someone in Spicy Chat that baited her pretending to be Chud or whatever. So fucked up. I don't know anything about the Chudlogic thing, and I'm not going to... I am not going to... make any claims or anything about that. That whole thing sounded like a mess to me. Who made the Spicy Chat that caused so many problems a few years ago? Everyone was in it. It was in Chud's server. That's what I'm talking about. It's that Spicy Chat. Anyways, they definitely go too far. Again, this is not... Nicholas Deorio is not the first person who fell out with Chud. I've fallen out with Chud, okay? And I was pretty friendly with him. Beckett and I met with him in person. I think Beckett's still chill with him, but I'm not cool with it, with how cruel he can be to people. Who else fell out with him? Rhizome is another person who fell out with him, who is a decently sized content creator who, they slandered for no fucking reason, by the way. You know, say what you want about Destiny, but Destiny fell out with him years ago. I mean, I have a whole fucking list, really. Let me just pull it up here, really. Like there's just so many people who fell out with him. Tommy C, yeah, that's more recent. Beckett speaks highly of Chud when he's out touching grass. I would say, yeah, Chudlogic is a nice guy in person. He's very different in person. So, but Tommy C is, you know, Tommy C, I have to give him credit. He definitely... Sorry, give me a second here. I'm looking for my... Where did my fucking thing go? Yeah, here it is. Yeah, Rhizome. Not So Erudite stopped talking to him years ago. So we've got Destiny years ago, Rhizome, who they slandered for no fucking reason, which was very bad, okay? Not So Erudite, Hunter Avalon, Carissa Avalon, which, I mean, whatever. You know, fine. Wick. Did Wick really deserve, you know? Tomfoolery also fell out with... I mean, like, there's so many people, you know? I think when you have a long career, you're bound to fall out with a bunch of people. But, there are some people on that list who definitely didn't do anything worthy of, like, I feel, falling out with him. So, but, look, I'm just saying the thing with Eldrazi Like, that was super cringe to me. I didn't like it that they told him, oh, we'll make sure your personal information isn't spread around. Meanwhile, they're talking about where he worked and like his resume, and like they're talking about his wife and his wife's and their girlfriend. I just didn't like it. You know, I just didn't like it. Yeah, it's fun and easy to beat up on Elder Drossi, right? Like, it was fun and easy to beat up on me for a lot of people. But it's just unnecessary. And that's taking it way too fucking far, you know? I always thought the commentary community always cannibalized itself, but this seems like a speed run by Chud. And by the way, after I called Chud out for that stuff, like, let's not, like, I'm not gonna mince words, like, Chud was very mad with me for a while, even though when we had our big debate, I finished it with saying, like, hey, I respected you, and you really disappointed me, you know? Chud was very mad with me for a very long time. I assume he still is, actually. You know, it became very in his community. Already it was very in to, like, hate on me, which I'm used to. But, like, then, you know, certain people started doing, like, little hate watching streams of me while sitting in his Spicy Chat Discord. You think I didn't know? I knew. That's coordinated, right? And then it was, like, certain people would watch my streams and be like, oh, don't raid her, guys. Meanwhile, I'm getting raided and getting people making alt accounts in my fucking stream. Look, I've dealt with it before. I've had neo-Nazis hate raid me, but, like, come on. You know? Come on. So Chud has been very visceral of you recently, Stardust, and I don't even talk about him, right? I said my piece about him, and I was done, you know? I was maybe a little bit salty, maybe a month or so afterwards, but after that, I was like, whatever, you know? I really think Kuihman has affected Chud's mindset. I remember Kuihman saying in a live stream that you have to take scalps as a drama streamer, and I think Chud really took that mindset on. No, you don't have to take scalps. There's Nicholas Deorio, like the king of this, right? Said this a long time ago. You don't need, there's enough for everybody to eat, right? There really is. There really is. He's a 40-year-old, 14-year-old. I mean, he does look like one, right? He does look like one. But, I mean, that's just my stance on this whole thing. Like, it's just, I've seen him be incredibly cruel to people, and it's just not necessary, you know? So, it's just not necessary. And again, you know, I dealt with a lot of targeting after I called him out, which I think also was a little bit unwarranted. And let's not forget, when the whole thing with Carissa and Hunter happened, I called out Kingston. Kingston is the guy who leaked Carissa Avalon's pictures and did the most minimal job blurring them, that it was basically revenge porn. Keep in mind, I did not watch his little video on her until he fixed his blurring, but Chud and his little community decided to go ahead and smear me as a revenge pornographer, even though I watched the exact same video as Nicholas Deorio and Augie did. And they were not smearing Augie and Nicholas Deorio at the time as revenge pornographers. They were just doing it to me to make a point, because I called Kingston, the guy who got them their drama, a revenge pornographer. And he was. He was. So, and I guarantee Chud won't call them revenge pornographers like he did with me, right? I just think it's really interesting that I dealt with that for so long. And then, like, I feel like if this happened to anybody else was getting, like, smeared as a revenge pornographer, if it were a male, I feel like people would be like, how could you smear somebody that way, you know? So. No, so it was the video that I watched. The images were much more blurred. They were, he edited the video. Kingston went back and edited the video and increased the blurring on it to the point where I was like, okay, this is fine. Then I watched that one, once it was blurred more, but I was like, yeah, this guy intended with the initial video to literally spread revenge porn. It is revenge pornography. they didn't care about that, you know? So, and then in the meantime, I called out Chud in that debate where he was like calling me a revenge pornographer. I'm like, look, your own community watched the less censored version than I did. Are they revenge pornographers? It's on your video, it's on your channel right now. So, I don't know. Anyways, like, I don't know. I feel like I called him out for something that was relatively reasonable. I'm not down with, like, spreading somebody's personal information, even if they're being super fucking cringe with a video. And I think there is, like, a minimum level of respect you give to people, and that was not afforded to Eldrazi. Even if I think he was retarded for the initial video, I don't think he deserved to have pictures of his girlfriend and his wife being spread around the Discord. I don't think he deserved to have people making fun of him and using his, you know, his name and his profession and his history to make fun of him. I don't think he deserved that. And the main point of doxing is just to humiliate people, right? Swatting obviously is a fear for a lot of people, but really the initial reason for doxing somebody is to humiliate them. Bro, Kuihman streamed Willie Mac's dox uncensored and everyone swept for it. There were 200 plus watching too. It's interesting. So, yeah. And then obviously after that, got like heavily targeted. People were doing like full hate streams, watching entire streams of mine from start to finish in that spicy chat Discord. You know, fucking raiding me, like making alts to talk in my chat to try and like distract me or whatever. Like, yeah, it was very obvious. Everybody knew, oh, don't brigade, guys, when they were very clearly brigading. I mean, we've got screenshots, okay? I just haven't done anything with them. And you're lucky. So, yeah. Anyways, that's my piece on Chud Logic. I don't know that I'm going to go into much more detail. Oh, shit. I didn't realize it was your... Oh, shit. Sorry. Didn't realize it was your birthday. Okay, anyways. They did that to Tommy C too. Yeah, didn't they accuse Tommy C of being a PDF file? Like, for no fucking reason. And that's another thing, like, the spicy chat community is like, what, maybe 20 people at the most, right? 20 people at the most, but they really do try to make themselves seem much more populous than they are. You didn't complain about it a lot either. No, because, like, when I'm getting, like, brigaded a lot, like, I used to get brigaded, I guess I used to get hate rated by, like, a 600 plus viewer neo-Nazi. And and neo-Nazis are no joke, right? Their entire purpose is to get you deleted off the internet, right? So I had dealt with that prior, and my mods had dealt with that prior. But this was much more a slow burn. The targeting was a much more slow burn, and just like very gradual, I guess. So it was like, it was just it was interesting. It was very interesting. It happened over a very long period of time. Yeah, I don't know. But anyways, and I guarantee if any of these people dealt with that on their end, they would be bitching and moaning to the moon, you know? Bitching and moaning to the moon, okay? Like, people, I don't know, it's fine if you want to criticize me, whatever, but, like, there was very targeted brigading, and, yeah, it was just wild. So, Okay, Gilded sent me this clip. I believe you, Gilded.
Little Steve, Massa Stevie, said anything involving this bad empanada guy or anyone that supports him is justifiable, ammo. Anything is justified against bad empanada and anyone that supports him. Little Steve.
I'm gonna hot take. When it comes to bad empanada, yeah, you censored it. So apparently this is a clip of Kuihman showing somebody's docs on stream or whatever. Look, I'm gonna agree with Destiny on this one. Bad empanada has fucked with so many people that I know that I do think that anything like one of the few people where I think anything is justified. Like one of the very few. I'm a pacifist, guys, okay? But imagine unironically watching that empanada guy. No, seriously. No, empanada has affected so many people that I know that anything is justified. Can't we just appreciate for a moment here? This guy looks simultaneously like he's middle-aged and 12 years old. Is he still hiding in Argentina? No. Bad empanada is in... where is it now? He is in... Uruguay, yeah, he's in Uruguay. So like how, right? Should we start with the Chud Logic stuff or should we start with the Nicholas Deorio video? You tell me. Not Chud Logic. Should we should we start with my special slideshow on Kuihman? Or he's still hunting for his sugar baby. Who? Bad empanada? Yeah, he is. Why is he in Uruguay? Because somebody, I think, tipped him off about... I'm not even going to tell you, actually. It's quiet stuff. Anyways. I'm glad I'm not the only one who remembers Kuihman defending Lolly. Yeah, he also tried to call me, like, he tried to say that I had a pet keto or whatever with food shops while he's over here fucking defending Lolly, okay? Yeah. Honestly, I think this guy probably enjoys it. Hi, Haas. How's it going? Okay, chat. You have press 1 for fun slideshow. I made a slideshow because everybody fucking hates my slideshows, and I thought it would be really funny if I made a slideshow. Kuihman also just defended an actual child groomer. Oh, right. Emrao, right? Is very pro Lolly. Yeah. Look. I'll say, I don't even know. Wait, what did I say 1 was, and what did I say 2 was? What did I say 1 was, and what did I say 2 was? I forgot what I said. Was it the slideshow, or was it, Okay, you guys want the slideshow. It's a relatively short slideshow anyways, okay? It's a relatively short one. Okay. So you guys may have seen on Twitter recently that I made in response to Kuihman, you know, talking about Nicholas Deorio saying, "Oh, we won't forget." I was like, bro, imagine this fucking guy. Like, here, let me just pull up my fucking Twitter. It was a banger fucking tweet, and it got so many likes. Oh my god. I can't believe people actually want PowerPoint presentations. Well, mine are funny, okay? So... Oh, he defended North, okay. North, the guy North that he defended was a 17-year-old who made plans to meet up with his 12-year-old. Gross, bro. That's actually fucking gross. Just cruel for no fucking reason. Yeah. Okay. Wow, I looked at myself on my Twitter and I look really middle-aged right now. I look like an old lady. Oh my god! Okay. No amount of makeup can stop me from aging. unfortunate. Okay, the fucking banger tweet that I put out. Basically, Kuihman tweeted this out. He was like, "Stay on that side, fatty. We won't forget." As if anybody would ever find that fucking intimidating. Hello? Right. Really? By the way. Oh, I forgot to put this in, put like a background color. Yeah. We need a background color. Okay. Right. Sorry, you guys don't know what I'm looking at here. Give me a second. Okay, balding Angloid gets work whistle angry over fat New Yorker ignoring his DMs. Okay. So. Okay, so basically, the banger tweet that I made was this, where it was like, I was looking, I don't know why I was looking at it, but I was looking at like, images done of like cholera patients, right? Like old images done of cholera patients. And I was like, what the fuck? This looks like Kuihman. Like, like this looks like Kuihman. Why does this man look like Kuihman? And so I tweeted out, imagine a man dying from cholera. Tries to sound intimidating. We won't forget. And it literally looks like him, right? It literally looks like him. Like, what? Why? Why does it look like him? Why? So then I was like, I should make a slideshow about this. It's not cholera, he's lean maxing. Okay, you guys will see. You guys will see, okay? Okay. So, a patient affected by cholera. Why does he look like a patient affected by cholera? Why? Next one. Another patient affected by cholera. What is it? Why? It literally, 2 different artworks done of people with cholera, and it looks like him. Somebody make it make sense. Somebody make it make sense. 2 different pictures of men with cholera. And they both look like Kuihman. They both look like Kuihman. What is going on? Somebody make it make sense. I am so confused right now. I'm so confused, okay? It's like every picture reminds me of him. And it's just me scrolling through pictures of cholera patients. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. Alfredo Linguini? What? Another one that looks like him. A sick Victorian child. Like, people meme about sick Victorian children. He actually looks like a sick Victorian child. Like, look. Chat, tell me. Tell me. Does he not look like a sick Victorian child? He looks like a sick Victorian child. What happened? What happened? What did you see, Kuihman, in your past life? Coincidentally, he was also that same Victorian child before being turned. Okay. A deceased Victorian child. This is a picture of a deceased Victorian child. Why does he look... He's got the same look in his eyes as the deceased Victorian child. Explain it to me. Explain it to me. He looks like the dude from Ratatouille? What? Okay, but it does. Look. Look. This is literally a picture of a deceased Victorian child. And it looks like him. They have the same look in their eyes. Do they not? Chat, tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. We really need music for this segment. We really need music for this segment. Give me a second. Here it is. A little too loud. Too loud. Still, is it still too? No, I'll pull it down a little bit. So we've got these so far, right? 2 different patients affected by cholera. They both look exactly like him. A Victorian sick child. Okay. I have to go to bed, but for the hate funds, thank you for the $50, Testy. I need to find this, actually, this song and have it on loop. Give me a second. Sorry, chat. Try playing something classical for the Victorian vibe. God damn it. Now you guys are getting too demanding of me. You're getting too demanding of me. Let me see. Let me see. You guys are getting way too demanding. No. No, we're just gonna... No, we're just gonna go with this. We're sticking with this one, okay? Anyways, back to this. So, okay, back to recapping. He looks like 2 different patients affected by cholera. I have no idea how this happened. It's actually very spooky that this happened. Actually, Kuihman, my message to you is, why do you look like 2 different men who have cholera? It's very spooky. Please look into it. I'm a little bit haunted. I'm afraid in my heart that you're haunting me with cholera. Anyways, a Victorian child, a sick one, and then also a dead Victorian child. Okay, he's got the same look in his eyes. You guys want to see what else he looks like? Another sick Victorian child. He looks exactly... 2 sick Victorian children. And 1 dead Victorian child, okay? So, we're not doing too well right now, okay? We're not doing too well. In fact, I feel like we should keep a tally. We should really keep a tally here. Okay. Cholera patients. 2. Dead Victorian child. 1. Sick Victorian child. 2. Okay. All right. We've got a good little tally here. Okay, we should really just keep tally. This is not planned, by the way. Okay. Oh, okay. Open. Yeah, I mean, this is a pretty rough picture of him, I'll say. Oh, did I opened it in the wrong thing. Okay. Yeah, this is a rough picture. Okay, anyways, back to this. Cholera patients 2, dead Victorian child 1, sick Victorian child 2, okay? Now, Kuihman, I need you to actually, please, look into this, because I'm getting very spooked out right now. I'm getting very spooked out right now, okay? Why do you look like 2 different Victorian children who are very ill, and 2 different cholera patients? What is going on? Okay. Another picture of him that I found, and he looks like another sick child. So we've got We've got 3 sick Victorian children. He looks like... Why? Why do you look like 3 different sick Victorian children? What is going on? What is going on? In this picture, you know what? He looks like a Cleveland Clinic medical image. So... It's the mastermind forehead? You can't help it? So is Kuihman by the looks of things. He looks like most British. Only thing mixing are the goofy chompers. Does anybody... Okay, there's one that I didn't include in this list, and I'll include it at the end. I'll pull it up for you guys in the end, okay? That one is rough. Okay. Are we on a walk down history lane? Kind of, because we now have encountered 3 sick Victorian children that look like Kuihman. A stock image of a tired guy. He does look like a stock image of a tired guy. A stock image of another tired guy. Anytime there's more than one, I feel like stock image of tired guys. 2. A younger version of a stock image of a homeless man. He does look like the homeless man. I already included this one. Another sick child. So we've got 4 sick Victorian children. Except his hair is a different color, but they have the same look in their eyes, right? Like, there's a similar look of haunting in their eyes. Am I being too mean? I feel like I'm being a little bit too mean here. I apologize, but it just is. It just is. They have the same exact, like, it's the same dead behind the eyes look, you know? This sick child, he does look like this sick child, except he weighs 40 pounds less than the child. He looks like this child, except he's less fat than the child that's sick. What? I can't believe Star could be so mean, suggesting all these poor sick children look like Kuihman. Look! Anyways. What does that make us? Does that make us at 5 sick Victorian children? How? Explain it to me, Kuihman. How is it that you look like a sick Victorian child, and somehow you're still skinnier than the Victorian child? How? You look like how are you less fat than a sick Victorian child? What is going on? How? What did you do in your past life? Oh, I think that's it. I think that's the end. Okay, well, there's one last one I didn't include in the slideshow. Can somebody explain to me why Kuihman looks like the fetal alcohol syndrome of Dog Pack? Why? 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 He looks like Dog Pack, but with fetal alcohol syndrome. What happened? That's one that I was like, I'm not gonna put that in the slideshow. That one's kind of mean. People can't help it if their parents drink. But I couldn't help myself. I'm sorry. I couldn't. I mean, he's got the, see, look, he's got the defined facial features. Kuihman has, his features are not as defined. Okay? He's got the flat upper lip. That's a very, very common fetal alcohol syndrome thing. I'm sure Kuihman will be fine. This was just for fun on my end. Yeah, it's kind of unbelievable how many sick Victorian children look like Kuihman. But, I mean, seriously, like, you can see the flatter facial features definitely are a feature of, I mean, we can pull it up. We can just pull it up. 1 second. Let me pull up fetal alcohol syndrome here, and I'll just show you guys. It's a severe, lifelong condition. And I do feel bad for saying that he looks like fetal alcohol syndrome version of Dog Pack, but he does. He does. So, facial abnormalities, small head size, small eyes. I mean, he's got more fetal alcohol syndrome than the sick Victorian child, you know? Okay, I just feel like I need to have this image by itself. Okay, just by itself, okay? So, signs and symptoms of fetal alcohol syndrome. Bob's Burger asshole. Stop. That's a little too mean. Actually, this is kind of sad. I actually feel like I'm doing a hate crime right now. Okay. Physical development issues. Facial features that are typical of fetal alcohol syndrome. These may include small eyes. He's got small eyes. A very thin upper lip. He's got a thin upper lip. A flat nose bridge. I don't know what the nose bridge is, but I do know this part here is flat, right underneath the nose. And generally, people without fetal alcohol syndrome have more of like a defined... You can see it. There's like a little defined part here, you know? Oh yeah, here it is. Smooth skin surface between the nose and the upper lip. He has that. It's smooth skin. Slow physical growth before and after birth. I don't know enough about him to say whether that's a thing. Oh, the start of the bridge is where your glasses rest. Okay. So like here. Interesting. He doesn't have that. He doesn't have the flat nose bridge. But, smaller than average head and brain size. I mean, he does have kind of a small head. Right? And he's smaller in stature. That's another thing that is a symptom of fetal alcohol syndrome. Poor coordination or balance. Again, I don't know enough about him. Wait a minute. Sorry. Gilded, I'm not showing that on stream, okay? You can do that on your own time, okay? So yeah, the smaller than average head and brain size is one. I was looking up also fetal alcohol syndrome symptoms. Also being smaller, just in general, is a symptom of fetal alcohol syndrome. So, he's not hyperactive, hence the dead air. That is true. Small head size, low IQ is another one. Poor coordination. Difficulties with memory, judgment, and social interaction. I will say the social interaction one definitely seems one that would apply to Kuihman. I feel really bad about doing this. I do feel bad about this. Low body weight is another one that is a symptom of fetal alcohol syndrome. So... you're just describing most streamers at this point, Star? No, I don't know about that one, but yeah, we know we know that he looks like he's a small guy, right? I don't know how short the guy is, but he looks like he's a little bit smaller, you know? So I don't know. Anyways, I think that's enough. I think you've gotten the point. Yeah, you've gotten the point. Anyways, I wasted so much time on stream doing this. I really should not, and I don't know if we'll have enough time to go over the actual Chud Logic fallout with Nick Deorio, but you know what? Let's try. Let's try. Shall we? Let's try. People have been saying he's 5 foot. I don't think he's 5 foot, but he is like a shorter guy, right? So he's going to seethe. So I don't think he's going to seethe. I doubt it. I doubt he's going to seethe. I doubt he cares. Anyways. Though it was mean of me to do the fetal alcohol syndrome comparison. That kind of sucks.
Pathetic. Anyway, so yeah, that's the reality. That's what's happened here. Nick has had a problem with me for months and months and months. Okay.
I've had a problem with you for years, but I didn't say anything. But you did. You got a lot of vitriol for me, bro, so.
Okay. Hasn't wanted to be kind of clear of that with me. Has tried to act like he's still my mate. And then at the first opportunity, when he thinks I'm not going to respond, okay, and comes out with a fucking stream segment talking about me. Dude, it's almost like the second I'm getting on the plane, right? This sweaty is like, oh, time to go live and talk shit about Chud, but he probably won't respond.
How can Chud cry about anybody going live and talking shit about him when that's like his entire content? It's just going live and talking shit about people. Please. Get real.
Hi, let's get started. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Yesterday we did have some internet problems and our stream wasn't started until 7:30. I wasn't sure if we were going to do this segment. I went back and forth on it for a while. I didn't really think I needed to do one, to be honest, because most people pretty much already agree with me. Before we get started, I want to establish a couple of ground rules. Don't feel compelled to donate tonight because there's no notifications and because I'm, trying to do a show here. And I'll be reading all donations after tomorrow's live stream. So donations are on back burner for tonight. This is is a single segment, no introduction, no second segment. We're just gonna go through this from start to finish, and I'm gonna give you my side of the story. Now, I watched Chud Logic's little crybaby response, the 2-hour version, and I commend DK editing, because he worked really hard to condense that shit down to 40 minutes. You know how much random bullshit coping and seething at his own chat that he had to remove to even make it somewhat watchable? It's still not very watchable.
I mean, that is kind of what Chud did when he was mad at me. He does do a lot of coping and seething, or just a lot of insulting, like, oh, you're dead, your channel dead. Okay. Chud can dish it, but not take it, yeah. I find it funny that Chud is so insecure about his hairline now that he started wearing a baseball cap. Is that true? Did he really start wearing a baseball cap because of that? I bet he just started wearing it because he was feeling cold or whatever. No? I'm very proud of my hair, okay? So, even if I'm getting older, I'm very proud of my hair, okay?
But it's better than the version that I actually reviewed for this segment.
By the way, if Kuihman does ever watch this, somebody please ask him. Because I asked this question last time he tried to stream snipe me. I tried to ask him this. Kuihman, I have a hypothetical for you. In a hypothetical world where every time I pee, there's a portal that opens up right when I pee, the portal teleports my pee to where you are and goes down your leg. Like, what would you do, Kuihman, if every time I took a piss, it ran down your leg? I have a question. Please answer the question. Chat, if you are in Kuihman's chat, please ask him. If every time Stardust pissed and it ran down your leg, what would you do? If a portal opened up and every time I peed, it ran down his leg. I just want to know the answer to that question. Thank you.
Because I went back to the original one. Anyways, Chud Logic uploaded this video about me today. Well, yeah, last night, actually.
Last time he stream sniped me, he somehow skipped that question and never answered it. So please, answer my question. Please answer my question. It's a magical portal. As soon as it leaves my urethra, it connects to a portal where your urethra is, and it runs down your leg. Such a weird fucking question. I'm fucked up. What can I say? I'm just really weird.
I think he expected me to respond to this or not respond to this, but it was interestingly timed or whatever because I was about to go live. This is...
I mean, imagine going to the doctor. Imagine going to the doctor and being like, I swear to God, I'm not pissing myself. It's this Indian bitch. It's this fat Indian bitch. Oh my God. My God, there's something wrong with my brain. But see, I'm not peeing on him. It's literally a portal that opens up. It's a portal that opens up and makes it look like he pissed himself. I'm just saying. Imagine going to the doctor. Imagine going to the doctor and swearing up and down, I'm not pissing myself. Oh my God. If it is, my bad, Dale. My apologies. That's definitely not my intention. I just thought it was a really absurd question that made no sense. That would be really fucked up to ask. But yeah, whatever.
Is the response to the Chud claims from his stream segment. I'm going to take you through it right now because actually I think you're all aware of this. He released my DMs. Fair play. Fine. I've released DMs before. I'm not going to go and fucking go postal. And
you have a beautiful and valuable brain. Thank you.
say, oh, it's super fucked up that you're leaking DMs, the golden rule, man. But what I am going to do is explore these DMs because it was really fucking stupid that he put them out. So let's review what...
Stop, chat. What are you saying? Or yes, I will wear a big ol'... Oh, yes, I will. I guess I will wear a big old diaper, man. That feels racist. The way that you spit out. Oh my god. Gilded typed out, I would wash it off with a bottle of water. This feels very fucking racist. Okay.
Chud Logic has released, and I'll get into why this is significant periodically throughout the little presentation I'm going to do with you. We're going to come back to the screenshot a lot. So you can see here on February 1st, I wrote yo, and then on the 14th of January.
Can I just say I'm so totally getting canceled for the piss question. I'm so 100% getting canceled for the piss question.
Sorry, January 2nd. I'm numbering this wrong because he's European. On January 2nd, I wrote yo, and on January 14th, I wrote, hey, I just saw a clip of you saying that I don't like you anymore, but you haven't answered any DMs from me since September, LMAO. I did try to keep comms open.
Literally how J.K. Rowling wrote Hagrid's lines. I'm so canceled.
Now, the context of this will become more apparent as we proceed, but this is how it was presented in his stream. Then Chud Logic says, and I swear to God, he chose to release this on his own. For the brief moment while we're looking at DMs, I'm going to cover that because it's blocking the stuff. Hey, man. Yeah, I've had a lot on, and honestly, it's difficult to even know what the deal is. We've gone our separate ways in many ways, and obviously, it does feel a bit shit that no one really likes me anymore from the commentary community space.
Oh, nobody really likes me anymore from the commentary. No, nobody likes me anymore from the commentary community space. I wonder why.
I do probably have some issues with some of your coverage, but I don't want to keep talking about EHT. And honestly, I've appreciated the things that you've done for me. So I make these snarky jabs from time to time just to signal to you that I disagree, but I don't want to blow up what little bridge we have left by going full schizo mode attacking you. I guess I feel estranged, which I thought was really weird because I said, hey man, you just went on stream and told everybody that I don't like you because you're friends with Kuihman, and you've ghosted me since September, so that's kind of odd, but thank you for the random glaze, I guess, and you feeling peepo sad about it. So I wrote back, just to be perfectly transparent with you, the conversation here soured my perception of you. I have many friends in the online ecosystem that I disagree with, or who make different content than me. That was never my issue, despite...
This is true. I disagree with Nicholas Deorio on his take on the Mutahar stuff with the really stupid thumbnail. I was like, I don't like that thumbnail. The Gamma thumbnail. And I disagree with Nick on it. And I even sent a super chat in one of his streams to disagree with him and argue a little bit with him about it. And then that was it. We disagreed, and then it was fine.
This, I did attempt to keep the bridge open regardless. So then, I didn't really respond to him. So he gets like more and more desperate as I don't respond to him. It starts off with him saying, so yeah, I mean, that backs up my feeling of, you know, being estranged. It's all good. I'm not mad or anything. Well, things change and people do different things. And at this point, I still haven't responded. And how long was this? Was this like 10 minutes? Then he writes, listen, man, not everything has to be some catastrophic breakdown. I know you're used to that. And I'm just like, yeah, man, good luck. Whatever you're doing over there, good luck with whatever you're doing over there. Fine. Cool. No problem. The interesting thing about how Chud leaked these DMs is because it was very apparent to me while I was watching his stream that he didn't really want me to. Well, he didn't really want to, rather.
After that stream, and I've archived it already.
The Gamma thumbnail? Yeah, I just disagreed. I was like, I don't think, if you want to be taken seriously, I don't think that this is the thumbnail. I also, keep in mind, oh, I need to drink my protein. Keep in mind, by the way, that when I saw that thumbnail, I was not aware of like the old commentary context of it. I didn't know about like the previous, sorry. I did not know about the previous, thumbnail that existed years and years ago that it was like a spoof off of. And if I'd known about it, I probably would have been a little bit more receptive to it. But even then, my critique of the thumbnail wasn't that bad, in my opinion. It was a pretty mild critique. And Gamma still got pretty fucking butthurt about it. So yeah, I don't know what's going on there. Homie needs a therapist or something. So yeah, edgy thumbnails can be fine. I wasn't aware of the context of the joke either, but
I've already archived it.
His chat like bullied him into leaking these DMs, which is it's really awkward.
I don't know why people are acting like I've got to fucking archive everything. It's fine.
At one point, he says my word is my bond, which again, I don't care if you're leaking my DMs, but I don't know why you leak DMs where I look normal.
Why is everyone freaking out? Relax. Relax. Relax, bro. Relax. Why do people want to see the DMs so much?
Why do they want to see the DMs so much?
Why do people want to see the DMs?
Keep in mind, he's got these archived. That's why my new profile picture is in them.
I don't understand, dude. It's not that fucking deep, bro. It's not that fucking deep, bro.
It's not that fucking deep, bro. It's just banter, mate.
Like you want to call this guy a chat slave? You can, because just watch.
You know, like this is going to be the constant flow with Nick. It's that I'm going to make some comment on stream, okay? It's like I'm going to make some comment on stream, and he's going to come angrily to me privately. We then
put a pin in that one as well.
And have a private conversation, resolve it, but nothing's really resolved, and there's still this underlying tension.
Apparently, I run to him every time he says something about me on stream, and then we resolve it privately?
And those messages were the first time that I realized he'd had this problem with me about this and how it happened afterwards.
So this narrative is very interesting. I do want to establish this early. Chud Logic wants you, the viewer, to believe that he knew he was estranged for 6 consecutive months and knew something was wrong, but he was entirely caught off guard when I told him that there was something wrong. How can those two things both be true?
For months. For fucking months, dude. So, yes, I was estranged. I was estranged. None of the other commentary guys like me anymore. And Nicholas had had this issue with me for months that he hadn't really expressed and just hadn't really kind of been honest about. So
now, again, I hadn't expressed these issues. I hadn't been honest about these issues. I thought you...
I changed it from fat to thick because I think thick is more accurate, okay? And honestly, yeah, I think thick is more accurate.
You ghosted me since September. Well, we'll get there. I'm getting ahead of myself. We'll get there. I'm sorry.
So yeah, it was just this kind of unending underlying tension that was just kind of like unresolved. Wonder why? Well, because
I actually don't think Nick is audience captured. I mean, everybody is a little bit audience captured, but but no, I think thick is funnier. Thick is because he's thick, you know? Look, I'm a little biased, okay? I'm a little biased. That's my thick friend, okay? Thick New Yorker baddie, okay? Thick New Yorker baddie. Ignoring his DMs. Baddie. Okay. All right. I'm gonna go to bed now, but last one, Kuihman looks like the dad from Coraline. Let me see. Dad from Coraline. It does look like him. Why? It does. It looks like him. Okay, but everybody's a little bit audience captured, but Chud Logic is giga audience captured. He's audience cucked, if anything. He's not audience captured, he's audience cucked.
he felt, what, you know, I don't know. I don't know.
Balding Angloid gets work whistle angry over thick New York baddie ignoring his DMs.
No, because I didn't want to talk privately or something. I said I'd wanted to talk privately and never followed it up with him about this clip and about this.
Wait, how could... Hold on. So, I didn't tell you there was anything wrong, but you offered a conversation with me and you never followed up on it? And you were surprised that I was not happy with you for a while about... Oh, that's a fucking weird one, too. What is that about?
Shit that happened around it.
That's a weird admission.
I'm malicious. What do you mean? How am I being malicious? What do you think? What do you mean, bro? What do you mean? What do you mean? What is malicious here? Me responding to Nicholas, waiting till I go on holiday to say a bunch of crazy shit about me, to make out like I'm an I'm Alex type bigger, and then I'm responding to it, or me saying, well, hey, here's a bit of a background of how this came to be. How is that malicious, bro?
Chud, you gotta keep up the actual topic.
You know, I really feel like I should do more anti-Kuihman content because I had such a jump in viewers when I was talking about Kuihman and the things that he looked like. Like, wow. I should do one stream where what if I just do anti-Kuihman content, but it's really fucking weird? Wait, I just do really weird anti-Kuihman content. Like one where I just like baby talk the camera for like 30 minutes. Yeah, and you should stop being nice about it. And when I get more comfy with it, I'll get a little bit meaner. Notification's still not letting me know you were live. Oh no, Danny Claw, I'm sorry. I don't know. No, I would just do weird performance art about Kuihman. One where I like pretend to be his mother. and like try to baby talk him while he's throwing a tantrum. Oh my god, that would be so funny.
Back here. Stop.
It would really only be funny to me. It wouldn't be funny to anybody else. And that's the beauty of it. That's really what if you're a content creator and you're not doing this for your own enjoyment, what are you doing? Oh, you did the pea leg with him, right? Yeah, I just asked that question earlier, Danny. I told everybody in chat, if you see him, please ask him the question, what he would do if every time I peed, a portal opened up and teleported my pee to coming right out of his thing and running down his leg. Like, what would you do? You know, like you can't do anything. What are you gonna do? Go to the doctor? I swear I'm not pissing. It's not me. I swear. Anyways, yeah, last time he stream sniped me, I tried to ask him that question and he somehow skipped around it, so lucky him.
Fighting with the chat. I'm trying to get to a point.
I am responding. Dude, this idea that I'm some fucking snake,
I gotta fast forward through the coping. Can we get to the point where he starts showing the DMs?
Dude, this is so bad. Now I've got multiple people messaging me about things that Kuihman looks like. This is just Kuihman, I don't know how you did it, but you have a decent amount of people who fucking hate you. So.
My word is my bond, okay? My word is my bond. You guys just want to see DMs. You don't need to see them, bro.
Why does Chud Logic not want to show his DMs with me?
You don't need to see.
Why would...
Kuihman's gone too long without being called out properly. A video would go hard. He had a meltdown when Gilded Poo made his video. It was hilarious. I think Kuihman's too small for me to make a video on, to be honest.
Did he not want to show his... This is so...
Unless somebody else pays me to do it, but...
So weird.
See them.
We saw them. They were really damning. He didn't want to show them. Better question is, when you were in Vietnam and I was supposedly plotting against you, why didn't I redact them? Unless I wanted you to have them.
Nicholas is going to show them. Okay, fine, I'll show it. Fuck it, I'll show it. Fuck you,
wow.
Nicholas Deorio.
So there it is.
Wow, he got baited by his audience into sharing DMs. Incredible.
Yes, Chud gets bullied into showing my DMs. And those are the ones we just saw here. Now, I did notice that eagle-eyed viewers pointed out that the messages that Nick said ruined his perception of Chud were actually not one of the ones that were included in the leak. And until it's released, Chud's acting like Tom's accusers, selectively releasing DMs. And that would be fucking damning. If Chud selectively released DMs, that would be pretty fucking bad. Now, Corn Toasty did say, to be fair, the way it's worded sounds like this conversation reference might have been in a Discord call and not text messages. So even though this is all a terrible look for Chud, there might not be any other relevant texts, which is a good point. That is a possibility, because he's referencing something here, but there's no way that like this message that's highlighted in yellow is accessible to Chud Logic that he could have shown you the actual context for. So that's what we're going to be going through tonight, because it absolutely fucking was there. He just didn't want you to see it. So, ladies and gentlemen,
idiot, whatever.
A main thing that I want to establish with you for the context that you're about to see is my understanding of Chud Logic. Back in the day, and you must have seen these rants because I remember them, and this is one example that I'm going to show you from a relevant video. Chud Logic would constantly fight with his audience because he felt like we were being pit against each other and he wanted to maintain our friendship. Chud Logic lives on an island. His little audience members go and chase away every single person he's friendly with. They want him to stay on his own little island, make content by himself, himself, and that's just the reality of what Chud Logic's content creation.
Yeah, so there's a difference between like listening to your audience and the things that they want to see. I'm sorry, I'm texting somebody. He has more subs than you though, does he? I don't know that he has more subs than me. He has more subs on maybe than my streaming channel, but not my main channel. But I don't really go by subs anyways. Still, I go by like length and reputation of the person. So sorry guys, give me a second. Anyways, I feel like Chud could have somewhat owned Nick if he just came back and said airing out friendship drama is gay and left it at that. Yeah. What was I saying? Yeah, so there's a difference between learning, you know, listening to what your audience likes and stuff versus like to a detriment. And Chud definitely does that. His audience doesn't know what's like, he listens to a very specific portion of his audience that don't really know what is required for expanding his reach, right? So expanding his reach on different platforms and stuff.
Journey is and will ever forever be, as long as he remains audience captured the way that he is. So Chud Logic would go on these rants trying to like reel his audience in because he did not want conflict with me.
Right? But it just feels like at the moment it's anything that goes against Hassan. Anything that goes against Hassan, worthy of support.
Wheel became a member. The Cheese Wheel celebrates 10 months of membership. Go off, Chuddy Buddy. FK regarded wars and politics over dirt and religion.
Thank you, Cheese Wheel, for the membership.
So this is the clip.
No, I'm not bringing up Nicholas Deorio's stream. I'm not making it about any one individual, okay? I don't fucking care about your gay cam. This is also really... Do you know what? Whilst we're here, I'll also say this as well. Okay, I'm so fucking sick of you utter cretins desperately trying to fucking throw a wedge between me and Deorio because he's cocksucking Ethan Klein at the moment, okay? I fucking have got my issues with it. But you guys are so fucking... You're like raping my brain with this shit.
People in his chat are raping his brain to try to get us to fight each other? And he doesn't like that?
Fucking unbelievable, dude. If you've got a problem with what Nicholas is saying, that's between you and Nicholas. If you've got a problem with something that Kuihman is saying, that is between you and Kuihman. I'm talking broadly about the issues that exist that I've noticed, and you are trying to laser focus.
All right. So this is my major issue with Chud Logic. I was under the assumption that he wasn't lying, that he actually didn't want us to fight each other, that he actually didn't like how his audience was trying to pit us against each other, and he actually felt like he was kind of in a bad way. That was my understanding, and that was clearly my bad. So now I'm going to show you the message where I ran to him.
When Chud was ranting here, Kuihman was super happy. I'm not surprised.
Crying and, oh my god, it doesn't appear that I've done that. Boom. What happened? Wait, this can't be the start of the conversation. I was told that Nick was in tears. What the fuck? Why is this a Reddit post from H3 Snark making a joke that they referred to Chud Logic as one of the biggest sweepers of Ethan Klein? I thought I was supposed to be an emotional crybaby, that I was running to Chud Logic. Oh, wait, what is this? Then he starts sucking my dick? Dude, I was absolutely raging yesterday. I hope I didn't cause you any grief. Well, that's not exactly how he presented that in the live show, is it? Is that how he presented this in the live show? Where he's just like, dude, I was absolutely raging yesterday. I hope I didn't cause you any grief. Yeah, so this was the thread. But yeah, Leftovers H3 clipped Chud's rant where he's like, fuck you, Nick Deorio. And they called him Ethan Klein's biggest sweeper, which I thought was funny. So from there, because Chud Logic has now brought it up, I gave him the issue that I had with his segment. So he goes, haha, dude, we're absolutely raging yesterday. I hope I didn't cause you any grief. And I said, I know. I just really don't understand you stoking the flames and taking shots at my character if you're annoyed that people are baiting and trying to make us argue. That seems fairly counterproductive. But some of the stuff that you've talked about is stuff that I've complained about too, like people annoyingly agreeing with Nuxtaku. So I don't know, it just feels like a weird game of telephone where a lot of assumptions were being made. I think this is a reasonable thing to ask somebody who is publicly facing and privately facing, telling people feel that they do not like when people are trying to pit us against each other. It seems like a weird thing to go on a lengthy rant about it if this is something that you...
Yeah, who is someone, by the way? How is it that you have an audience that's so powerful that they're really trying to make you guys go against each other? Like, like really, all of your audience cares that much about making you go against Nick Deorio? Really? I don't think so. I think it's maybe, I don't know, 20, 30 people out of however many that watch you. I guarantee the vast majority of Chud's audience does not care about him going against Deorio, you know? But Chud listens to some, you know, small select portion, right? So...
do not want. Then Chud Logic wrote something that is very interesting. He said, yeah, I understand. I just feel totally raped at the moment. I obviously have some issues and disagreements, but I can't reasonably...
I gotta say, I really... Some of the language that the commentary community uses is, like, not going to translate well as people scale to bigger audiences, you know?
State them without causing some stupid beef. Wait, what do you mean stupid beef? I thought this was, Nicholas, where are you? Why are you not on my stream? What? Wait, what do you mean stupid beef? I thought this was Kino important content. And then he says, I can't react to your exact takes without causing drama. I thought, wasn't the commentary community on Augie's stream founded by the guys in the trenches fighting every little talking point? I'm so confused. Chud Logic in public wants you to believe that he's been edging. He wanted to talk about this for months. But Chud Logic in my DMs is a cowering little pussy who's saying, oh, I don't want no drama with you, Nick Deorio. I can't even do this without causing any beef. I don't want any drama.
To be fair, Chud is using that word way more than is normal for drama too. Yeah, for original commentary, they never used that word. I never recall them using that word. It's only in this, like, new sewer slop commentary version of commentary. Like, sewer slop version of commentary uses that word. And it's not going to scale well for you guys, so...
Right? Then he says, seems like an on-stream discussion would have been more raped and more drama. That's a particularly interesting point for me because Chud Logic is telling me for the first time that he has no interest in a debate with me. Unprompted. He didn't want to chat with me. Dude, I'm sorry if you're an avid Chud Logic fan and you're one of the guys that hate me and you think that he's been fighting for you privately behind the scenes, but actually Chud's a huge pussy and he didn't want any beef with me for the longest time. And this is how he talked to me in DMs. And it doesn't sound like the way he talked to you on stream. Isn't that weird? Isn't that weird? So then Chud Logic said, also, not all the comments were about you. It was about everybody in sort of an amorphous blob. So Chud Logic told me that he's been totally feeling raped recently and he can't talk about any of this stuff without his audience that it captured him getting on his ass and annoying the fuck out of him because he's perpetually one-guyed by a chat full of piranhas that he can't do anything about and he's terrified of them. I thought this is like gonna be it, you know, because this is like a really awkward scenario that's happening.
Augie and Nick use it for sure, but it's a couple times a stream, not every paragraph. I mean, like, look, I'm not offended by it, personally. Like, I'm just saying, I have been trying to clean up my vocabulary, and I think it would... I just think it would be a smart idea for, you know, other people to kind of be more aware of some of the vocabulary, because it's not going to scale well. It's not, you know? Even I'm trying to remove some of my vocabulary that's a little bit more... terminally online
happening here because it sounds like he's telling everybody publicly one thing and he's telling me something, but also maybe there is some other position here that I'm not understanding. This is kind of weird. Maybe we just move on from here and everything. So then he uploads this segment immediately the same day and they fucking put it out as fast as possible. Is it the same day? No, it's the same day. So he rushes his segment out called The State of the Commentary Community, and it opens like this, where he's screaming and crying about how Augie did like a fun IRL stream, and about how I am an Ethan Klein dick sucker. And it's like, oh, dude, why would you even be mad about that, bro? It's just banter, mate. It's just banter. Banter for Chud Logic is he's mad at his chat who's attacking him, so he takes it out on his friends. That's what banter means to Chud Logic. These little jabs and things, they're to satiate the bloodlust in his chat. He's terrified of you.
Tricks for treats, like shaving their head. It's pathetic and wretched. Like, it started off and I could understand it a bit.
He's totally raped, guys. He doesn't want to deal with this at all. Then the video from DK comes out.
Around. But like, Connor shaved his and they're treating like a big joke. You look like a fuck, you're a total freak. You're a total freak retard, shaving your head for cash. And you're trying to act like it's normal.
Yeah, and I don't know, man. Like, I think, I saw a clip of Beckett talking about this. Chud can't be mad that people, like, go at him, and then he goes this way. Like, first off, like, if you want to maintain personal relationships with people, there are certain social niceties that you have to, like, engage in, right? For you freaking out about a guy shaving his head on his own IRL stream, you know?
Normal. No, it's not normal. Unless you're willing to do the 20th stream sucking off Ethan Klein. Yes, I'm talking about you, Nicholas Deorio, okay? Dude, I saw some Stardust clip, right? And Frogan, the stupid fat wench, I don't fucking like Frogan, right? But she said something about the ADL negative.
This is also another thing where I think they said that, like, I'm accusing people of being anti-Semitic for being anti-ADL. No, that is not my stance. I think you can have criticisms of the ADL. I think Frogan has every right to have criticisms of the ADL. What I think is anti-Semitic, was very blatantly anti-Semitic, was Frogan, it's just another misconstruing of one of my points. Frogan accuses Ethan Klein of working with the ADL to get her banned off of Twitch. Ethan Klein has no connection to the ADL. None. It just is. It's two Jewish, one Jewish guy and a Jewish organization, Jewish advocacy organization, and you're connecting them. Why? They have nothing to do with each other. It just is anti-Semitic. Like, you think that Ethan Klein is this mastermind who called the ADL? He has Jonathan Greenblatt on his fucking cell phone and he called them to come, get you fucking banned from Twitch?
He puts out the segment, does the I'm calling you out Nick Deorio bit. So at this point, I'm really confused, because this makes no fucking sense to me, that he would say this and then upload the segment. So I go, call me crazy, but I think it's probably not you being frustrated that people keep talking about it or trying to get us to fight each other, considering that you're now playing into it.
Yeah, you are. Actually, he's playing into it with these thumbnails, and yes, DK is really great with the thumbnails, and it's great to clickbait with thumbnails. I do it too when I'm doing certain ones for Lonerbox, so he doesn't like it if I clickbait too much with it. When I clickbait for Lonerbox, I try to be a little bit funny when I'm doing it, like calling somebody Tectone when they clearly aren't Tectone. But yeah, there are going to be repercussions, right? You don't have his number. I don't have Jonathan Greenblatt's number. I know for a fact that Ethan Klein doesn't have Jonathan Greenblatt's number. I'm sorry. That it was just a wild accusation to say that Ethan Klein worked with the ADL and got the ADL to, like, ban her from Twitch. So
I think that
you can have whatever problems you have with the ADL, okay? Like, plenty of people have criticisms of them, but you know.
This is an entirely reasonable position for me to have based off.
I don't know. I try to be sensitive also to Lonerbox when I'm making some of the thumbnails I make for him, and maybe they don't get as many clicks, but, like, I'm not trying to, like, you know, I could like do clickbaity things and call people man babies and all of that when making thumbnails, but you know, I'm not going to, right? You have to be a little bit sensitive towards, like, some of these relationships, right? So
the positions that Chud Logic has shared. This is not, oh no, you're messing up my money. Oh no, you're attacking me over Ethan Klein. It's, you're kind of a fucking hypocrite, dude. And this kind of sucks. So then I start responding to him. This is hours later after the video comes out. And I go, right. And so he goes, all the comments, not all the comments were about you. He's been doing this for quite a while. He's extremely vague on purpose so he can satiate his audience, but also take no accountability from me. Also, not all the comments were about you. It was about everyone in sort of an amorphous blob. Right. But that just means they're going to assume it's all about me because you opened with, Yes, I'm calling you out, Nick Deorio. And then you said that later. It's annoying that when I get stupid comments about EHD is too boring, I, and my chat can attest to this, send them to Chud Logic and say, hey man, look, if you don't like what I'm covering, you can go check out what Chud's doing. He's covering all this different stuff. And that's totally cool. I have no problem with that if you're kind of bored over here. But when Chud Logic has people go, can you cover the new iDubbbz thing? He just calls me a fucking compromised dick sucker and fucking attacks my character. I don't know why he does that.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Chud is very selfish. He's got a very selfish character. And, look, I know that there are people who like him who watch me, and I'm sorry to say this. But he's not somebody that you can, like, I don't know. Unless something changes with him, he doesn't seem like somebody you can really be friends with for a long period of time, unless you're completely disconnected from his content life. If you're a content creator and you're friends with the guy, he's gonna snake you at some point, you know, and he doesn't seem to understand that there are repercussions to that. So.
But whatever, cool, fine. But why is it my fault that people want you to watch the most popular topic at the time? This just kind of sucks. I don't know. It's kind of a weird fucking thing to say. So then Chud Logic starts going, in my opinion, kind of postal. Yeah, obviously I have some disagreements with the way things have been discussed recently. It's awkward because there's this pressure to have this big blowout drama disagreement, which I don't really see the value in. It's almost like I had a completely different understanding of.
You're still being so nice about him. That's why you're so awesome to watch. Well, I'm not going to be that nice to him. Like, one day I will go into all the details with my fallout with him. Probably not today. But when I do go into that, I'm not going to be very nice to him. No. But, yeah, I don't know. It's just, you know, I was friends with the guy at a certain point, right? And even when the thing with Eldrazi happened, it really only escalated because I called people out for what they did with Eldrazi, and then Chud Logic got mad about it. He got really butthurt about it, and then started implying I was a fucking idiot. And I was like, okay, fine, if you think I'm an idiot, I'm gonna do a fucking multiple-hour live stream where I made a PowerPoint on you, going over this entire drama and explaining why you're wrong. And then he was like, she's psychotic for doing that. Yeah, maybe I am, but maybe you're a fucking idiot for calling me an idiot, you know? Like, maybe. Yeah.
Who Chud Logic was in comparison to the average viewer who consumes his live stream. I was blown away.
Look, you guys know now, I've been very open. I have OCD. I will fucking collect information like there's no tomorrow. Will I use that information? I don't know. But the fact that I've collected it should give you pause, right? So
when I watch some of the things that he would say on stream, because these are the things that he would say to me. So he said, it's awkward because there's pressure to have this big blowout drama disagreement, which I don't see the value in. And obviously, people are sniffing around for any sort of disagreement.
And I honestly, that's the only. It's not even a plus, honestly, of my disorder. But it's because I get very caught up collecting information. But oh, you have OCD too, Leia. I didn't know that. I was just recently diagnosed, like maybe this year or whatever. But yeah, no, I bring my shit. I over collect information. That's why it's taken me a year to make my current video essay, because I get caught up collecting information to the point where it's probably a little bit useless and redundant at this point. I don't know. It's like, if you're gonna call me an idiot, what did you think was gonna happen? Of course I was gonna make a fucking stupid PowerPoint on you. Based on your video output, you will likely not use that info. I mean, that's kind of true. I spent like 6 months researching my current video essay topic, and now I really need to. This week, I swear to God, I am buckling down and I am pumping something out. It'll probably be ready next week at some point, maybe early next week. I'm spiraling much less. I'm looping much less, so.
Agreement to capitalize on for their own content. And then I say, and again, I think this is reasonable, I don't think that you've really seen my positions outside of clips that people who are farming sent you, but I would walk that back if you've really watched my content. Then he says, obviously I appreciate that, and I appreciate what you've done for me. By the way, Chud's viewers get so fucking butthurt when I mention that I helped Chud Logic, because after Destiny and him had their little falling out, Chud reached out and asked me and Augie to do commentary collabs with him. That's like another thing. So the reason why you constantly keep
How many minion memes are in the PowerPoint? Not many, but I really should include more.
seeing Chud Logic say things like, I appreciate what you've done for me, is because he's making reference to that. That's what he's making reference to. So I say, I don't think you've really seen my positions outside of clips that people who are farming have sent you, but I would walk that back if you really watched me. And then Chud Logic says, obviously I appreciate that. I appreciate what you have done for me, and I consider you a friend. We have had disagreements and hashed them out before, and it's fine. I mean, I was talking a bit of shit, and I haven't even seen all your coverage, but you're extremely favorable to Ethan to a fault, no? So at this moment, I realize, oh, fuck, this guy just doesn't watch me. This guy doesn't watch anything that I've had. Dude, this guy literally does not watch my content. And you don't have to. To be my friend, you don't have to watch my streams or watch my videos. Now, I was very active in his chat, and I enjoyed his show a lot, and I thought he was a really respectable guy, but at this point I realized, oh, he just doesn't watch my show.
This
right?
would be very
so then
funny.
He goes, also, that title and thumbnail is very tame. No one's getting called a pedo. So I guess at this point, I got off better than Lyrix.
Oh yeah, wonderful. That title's really tame. I didn't accuse you of being a PDF file. Wow, really nice one there.
Lyrix got it worse than me. So this one is basically...
Which, by the way, I don't like how much commentary does
inconsequential.
that to people.
This is me trying to just establish talking points to see what the problem is. I'll go through it just for the sake of showing all the DMs, but it's not really relevant. I agree with you on Nux. I support the no legal threat on the basis that he has defamed people maliciously in the past, Chud Logic. But I've also said that Ethan should probably leave it at a threat, and I'd be open to seeing what gets filed, if ever. It didn't. And reassessing, I think the Nazi sword was on purpose, but it was safe edgy, not their secret KKK Jew attackers. It was done for safe edgy owns. When they correct him that it's a manji. In regards to the ban, this is a random Hassan Piker ban from 6 months ago, not really relevant here. I said that he probably shouldn't be banned. Otherwise, I literally don't know what other topics we even disagree on. So that was me kind of just establishing talking points, but we rip it back. We go back to the actual discussion. The confusion is, you seem frustrated about the drama baiting, and this seems like another escalation that will extend it, which I think, again, warranted question. Chud Logic says, oh, okay. I mean, I said to DK to take it easy on the title and thumbnail, mainly because I'm probably going to lose subs over it. Remember when Chud Logic went live yesterday and said, guys, I lose subs all the time. None of this matters to me. Well, again, in private, he actually is worried about losing those subscribers. That was something that mattered to him. Now, as time progressed, I started to realize that Chud Logic probably didn't even like me. He was just probably worried that I was going to pull out and take the rest of my viewers with me, which is what happened. That is what I did. So he just lied about that as well. But yeah, I mean, there isn't much going on worthy of a segment, so I'm just trying to carve something out. What the fuck does that mean? Wait. So wait, you're telling me, Chud, you're telling me that you were bored on a random fucking like Tuesday afternoon and you just snaked me and you just told me in plain English that that's what you did. I didn't have any content, so I just called you a fraud. How the fuck was I supposed to interpret this? I'm just curious. How the fuck was I supposed to interpret this message?
That doesn't
Where he's like,
look
yeah,
good.
dude, I was raped for content that day, so I just snaked you. Then he goes, just unfortunate that it's the most interesting thing that happened on my stream yesterday. So apparently, when Chud snakes you, if his content sucks for the day, he just doubles down. And Chud, by the way, he'll tell you he's got no idea why I'm upset about this. He'll tell you that
Yeah, accusing somebody of being a fraud is a pretty big thing. Yeah, I don't know what else
it's
to say.
irrational to be angry that Chud Logic in plain English told me he fucked me. I mean, that is just fucking outrageous, isn't it? But I have not put that out wanting to provoke more drama intentionally, even though it will have that effect. Oh, okay, yeah, I mean, that's a pretty fucking heavy line, Chud. Then I said, I'm gonna ignore the people telling me to respond to you, half because I really didn't see any reason to make this a huge fucking thing, and half because it's so vague, I really don't know what to say. Anything I'll do will sound retarded after a 3-hour creator clash segment. And you might remember this message. This is the message that he didn't want to show, I guess. This is the one. Where is it? This is the one he didn't want to show. Yeah, man. If
accusing someone of helping cover up rape is a little bit serious. Yeah, that's like, let's not forget, okay? People might be confused. Oh, what did Chud do that was so bad to Nick? Okay, one, he called him a fraud. Two, he accused him of sweeping for an alleged rapist and girlfriend beater, okay? Yeah. So, you know, because what? Nick wanted to wait a little bit before condemning his friend, right? Of multiple years. He wanted to see the evidence. Balding British men, not even once. Gaslighting king? Yeah. He didn't do a soft sweep. He just said that he wanted to wait. I mean, look, if you call it a soft sweep, I mean, I think anybody would be, like, similar, right? You're friends with somebody for 7+ years, and you've got two random people who you don't know who are accusing this person of beating them and raping them. And then you're like, okay, I'm going to wait a little bit before I do anything. And also, don't forget, Chud accused him of sweeping at 8 a.m. when the accusations had just come out that night. And Nick hadn't had a chance to even look at them because he was in the middle of a stream. Nick was even preparing to dump Tom if everything turned out to be true. Yeah. He waited by not continuing to stream at 1 a.m. and going live the next day and going over it. Yeah. No, you're accusing somebody of sweeping for like saying that somebody is covering up rape and covering up domestic abuse. Like, imagine if people just decided to run with the accusations against Chud Logic a few years ago. You know? Okay, but Gilded, we're talking about Chud accused him of sweeping at 8 a.m. before Nick had even gotten a chance to say, like, anything about it, you know? And he didn't say I have information behind the scenes. He like, literally, the accusations came out while Nick was already streaming that night. And he wasn't going to continue stream at 1 a.m. And then, no, Chud said the big sweep is on. He didn't predict he would sweep. He said that the big sweep was on. And he can claim that it was about other commentary people. It was not. It was about Nick. He knew what he was doing. And imagine Chud Logic was accused of, like, stuff a few years ago, like, what, trying to groom somebody? Imagine if everybody ran with it instead of, like, waiting. So, I mean, even predicting that somebody would, like, it's too far. That's not how you treat a friend. Chud was doing it minutes after the allegations came out. Really? Yeah, the snake shit. Okay, what if I accused you, Gilded, of sweeping for a rapist and sweeping for a domestic abuser, right? So, you know, we probably wouldn't be too cool. Like, that's not, you know, when you're friends with people, you know? So, I don't know.
If you want to hop in a call off stream and really hash some of this out, we can. It's up to you. I think that we have more disagreements than what you're saying. Maybe just having a frank convo makes things easier, but I am not looking to fall out over this, even though there are many people that want me to. I am raped for content.
Conceding that he didn't sweep doesn't change that he thought he would do something. Like, yeah, thinking, oh, I predict that he's gonna fucking sweep. I predict that my friend Nicholas Deorio is gonna sweep for a rapist. Like, can you imagine? Can you imagine? Unbelievable, you know? But first you're calling him a fraud. First you're calling him a fraud, then you're What? Now you're saying that he's gonna sweep, you know?
Now, I'm just curious. I didn't go on and make a fucking public tirade out of this. I didn't drop this guy in May. I gave this guy an opportunity to talk to me. He ghosted me for 3 months. And this guy wrote me in DMs telling me that he felt raped for content, so he fucked me. I think that's kind of crazy. I think that's a crazy thing to write somebody. And I think the issue here is if there's some misinterpretation that I'm not understanding, that still also falls on him. The reason we're talking about this is because he started leaking shit, but I reached out to him and I wanted to have a call about it to clarify what he said back in May, and he fucking ignored me. So if there is some weird angle to these messages that I can't possibly deduce, he just chose not to talk about it. And I'm the coward, by the way. I'm the coward for this. I'm the coward. Here are some examples. Hey, dude, it's been a minute. I hope you're doing well. Me asking if the video's fake. Yo. And then back to where we are now, right? So this is back in November. The last message that we had was like mid-September, I think, right? So that's kind of the stuff that Chud chose to omit. I've got more stuff, and this message will still remain relevant as we move forward. But I want to establish a timeline with you because some people don't understand. Okay, Nick, Chud fucked you over in May of last year, and you were quiet about it. You didn't make a huge public issue about it. You didn't explode and blow him up or something back then. So why is this a problem now? Well, eagle-eyed viewers would point out that this message right here was on January 14th of 2026 at 2:01 p.m., where I told him, yeah, man, good luck with whatever you're doing over here. So there's no nuclear holocaust coming. Nick's not going to go on a fucking tirade and attack you. There's no drama. I'm willing to let bygones be bygones. Even if we don't resolve it, I don't care. We can just move on. Then my friend got accused of like sexual assault, pedophilia.
Look, I just have to say, like, it is normal for friends when somebody is accused of something and you've been friends with somebody for 7+ years to want to have a minute to go over the accusations before completely condemning the person. I have never known Nick to not be somebody to completely, you know, execute somebody out of the commentary community when needed. You know, he will do it, so. Like, he has been so, like, as soon as there's something that's just crossing the line for him, he's done. He's done with them, you know? But it's not abnormal for you to want to wait just a little bit and read the actual accusations before going forward with, you know, taking somebody out, so.
Rape, domestic.
And he threw Muda under the bus, yeah, as soon as that happened, so.
Domestic violence. And this happens at 10 p.m. when Chud Logic finds out about it, at least. I think that this guy fucked me over in May. I'm not making it a public issue. I don't really care. It's fine. We can move on. Then, a couple hours later, my friend gets accused of domestic violence, sexual assault, and at 8 a.m. the next morning, the Great Sweep was on.
But
Yes, that is the timeline here. I said, hey man, I'm ready to move on. We could just go on with our lives. And then Chud Logic finds out my friend got accused of rape and then snakes me at 8 o'clock the next morning.
my concern, ladies and gentlemen, is the big sweep might be on, okay? The big sweep might...
So this guy stuck a dagger right into my neck the minute we stopped talking. Literally the minute we stopped talking. And like, oh, dude, it's just the big sweep. Why are you mad about being called the sweeper? My friend's getting accused of beating women, you fucking son of a bitch. Dude, the implication that I would just ignore my friend doing domestic violence is like character assassination. That's like, yeah, that's fucking insane, dude. Of course I'd be pissed about it.
Be on. Big sweep might be on, okay? The big sweep might be on, okay?
On top of that, Chud has to know that I was live while the allegations were dropping, meaning that I was in front of an audience doing a show. It is impossible that I was dual-wielding a live Kiwi Farms thread to know anything about this when at the end of my stream, I announced the podcast was on hiatus because we had an episode dropping the next day. But he tries to use that to implicate Tom as guilty.
I don't think refusing to watch videos is a bad thing. Honestly, Gilded. Like, I think I trust the fact that he didn't want to watch a video on it. He wanted to judge the situation for himself. So.
I am not participating in the big sweep, okay?
Again, I am biased. I'm friends with Nick. Nick has been one of the most solid friends I've had in this space. Nick could have abandoned me so many times. It would have been socially advantageous to him to do so. It was very in to shit on me for a very long time. And he didn't, you know, he would have been advantageous for him to call me an idiot and, you know, throw me under the bus, and he never did. So, you know, yeah, I'm very grateful for his friendship, and we have completely different audiences we're going for, but yeah, he's a good guy. So.
But there is literally nothing wrong with speaking about this and talking about this. This is completely legitimate. And
so right here, he brings up another interesting point.
Nicholas Deorio on Twitter. Nick just responded. Oh, just to be clear, I've seen literally...
Is there anybody on planet Earth who wouldn't feel backstabbed by this?
Nothing of what's occurred tonight, but my understanding is that Half-Baked is on hiatus for a little while. So we'll see in the next couple of days where that goes. Okay. And then there's a clip there.
Nick just blocks people because he blocks people pretty easily these days because it's just a tactic. Like look at how many followers he has on Twitter and how many snarkers are going after him. You kind of, once you get to a certain size on Twitter, have to be pretty liberal with your block button, or at least with the mute button. Because otherwise you're just getting inundated. Even I have every filter for notifications on, and my notifications are still swarmed a lot of the days. And it's like, it's hard for me to check notifications on my phone sometimes because I'm just getting swarmed by shit. So I can't even imagine what it is like at his size, you know? So, yeah. But I've always known him to be somebody of good character, you know? The only thing I'm like, Nick, you couldn't have noticed a little bit earlier the way that these people were treating me. Like, okay, Nick maybe doesn't have the best judge of character with some of these guys. But I would say is like, okay, Nick, in the future, look at the way that these guys treat people that they have no... Like, they have no reason, they have no ability to get clout off of. Look at how they treat those people. Do they treat them horribly for no good reason, you know? Oh, he does a mass unblock at the end of the year? I didn't know that. Yeah.
States the Half-Baked, his podcast with Tom and Lord Vega is going on hiatus for a while. Video clip and DMs. Here's the thing with this, okay? Anyone that wants to claim that this is a nothing burger, okay? Why the fuck is the
You ever get the what treatment? What is that, Scott?
podcast going on hiatus, dude?
So my friend Tom is guilty because the guy who was live when the allegations dropped wasn't comfortable with releasing a video until he knew it was happening. This is like not fucking rocket science here. So he's trying to say that because I put the podcast on hiatus, don't reach out and ask about it for something this serious, by the way. Fuck that shit. Let's just shoot from the hip.
That makes zero fucking sense, bro. That makes zero sense. Okay? If this is nothing to worry about, nothing to be concerned about, okay? Why is the
He's twisting my statement to say my friend is guilty.
Podcast going on hiatus, okay? Now listen, I will be fair. I know what people in chat are thinking and are going to say.
Oh, he's fair, guys. He's fair.
Okay? But my concern, ladies and gentlemen, is the big sweep might be on, okay?
The big sweep is you smearing shit all over the fucking place.
The big sweep might be on, okay? I am not participating in the big sweep, okay? This is a totally...
Now, let's dial it back here, because eagle-eyed viewers would point out that...
That stuff doesn't really work with me, single player Carl. It's the male equivalent of female honeypot, as in someone trying to seduce you to manipulate you through social engineering. Yeah, it doesn't... I don't think it really works with me.
When the time came, Chud Logic did say that Nick Deorio did stream this. So what you're missing here is that this whole conversation was actually a shot at a Cheeto. Now, I know he mentions Hassan Piker, and I know he mentions iDubbbz or whatever, but this was actually an interesting argument that was being levied toward sensitive society. Except there's one issue with that.
I do not believe that people have got an obligation to cover anything. People can cover what they want, okay? But my question would be, what would the coverage be like if this was about iDubbbz? If it
Remember
was revealed
you tried that shit with me, Star Lamau. The amount of stuff. Oh my god. Wild.
iDubbbz, that Anissa was into age play and shit like that, what would the coverage be?
You guys have to know that I'm a person of good character because the amount of shit that never mind. Yeah, just the amount of shit that I have not done anything with.
I think the answer to that tells you everything that you need to know, doesn't it?
So catch that last part. That tells you everything you need to know. That tells you everything you need to know. And then here, there's 20 videos from Daily Slop channels. But listen to him here. Listen to the rest of what he says in the actual stream where this take was originated from.
The answer to that tells you everything that you need to know, doesn't it? But nonetheless, I'm not making any firm claims. I don't know what's going to happen. I can't predict the future. I can't predict the future, guys, okay? But to me, you can look at who decides to talk about this and who doesn't, and that'll give you an indication of what the deal is.
Now, people were like, Nick is speculatory. This was obviously a shot at sensitive. Then here he is in plain English telling it's about me. It's about me. It was about me. He literally told me in plain English. Do you think I lie to you? Do you think I make shit up? So my comment about who will cover this and who won't is a jab at you to be transparent. It's fucking... He told me. He told me it was about me. You think I fucking made this up? Bro, I had endless charitability for this guy. I waited so fucking long to expose this guy. Bro, do you know how much I have put up with this fucking guy? I don't want to leak the DMs. My word is my... No, you don't want to leak the DMs because you look like an asshole. I'm getting a bunch of commentary droolians coming in.
My word is my bond. It has to be the biggest joke I've ever heard. Chud Logic saying my word is my bond. Okay, after the Elder Drazi shit, you should not believe that his word is his bond ever.
Saying nothing burger, no big deal. I'm saying if it's no big deal, why is the podcast on hold? Now it's a precaution so you can assess, which is reasonable. So I agree it's aggressive to put it the damage is done, you dickhead. Of course I'm mad about this. Basically, not everything I say about you is about you, N-word, but I was expecting you not to cover this at all, to be totally upfront. We'll get to this. I'm going to show you the rest of this. Not super relevant, but again, if I don't release it, he will. So let's just go through it. So my comment about who will cover this and who won't is a jab at you, to be transparent. So that's what he said. So just to be clear, then he got the video out on January 15th. So that's the same, is it same day? Yeah, same, like afternoon of the same day. And then he ran to his little Discord server and said he's sick of the big sweep and fired off the, he got his entire army in here. How is it that my video has the most views of this topic? It's fucking insane. Well, I don't know, dude. Maybe it's because your video came out the same day that you streamed about it at 8 o'clock in the morning after the allegations dropped, and we're dropping all night long the night before. Maybe that is, I don't know, maybe that has something to do with it. The issue is that Chud Logic might have been correct. He might have been correct, but you can't come out and say the big sweep is on at 8 a.m. the next morning while the allegations were going all night. You've overshot, you've overcommitted to your point, and you look like an asshole. That's the reality of it. But my issue isn't any of that. I don't care if his take is bad. My issue is that he used it to jab a knife into my back. That's why I was upset about it personally. So there's a few other things that I want to go through, but before that, I'm going to be fully transparent with our DMs on Twitter. So yes, this is the one that you've definitely heard about. I was fuming. I went on there, I saw the big sweep is on. I realized, holy shit, this guy and me literally had a falling out yesterday. He's already stabbing me in the back. This is unbelievable. So I sent him the messages that he showed you. Not everything has to come to some catastrophic breakdown. I know you're used to that. And I said, Jesus, dude, yesterday you were saying shit like this to me today, and now you're thrashing me because my friend got accused of horrific shit. I'm not really sure how I was supposed to navigate this stuff better than I did when I only just found out there were even allegations at the tail end of my live show. And to that, Chud said, I mean, go live and cover it. What? Like you would with—
He has a life. He has a life. He has a real life job, bro. Like, he's not a fucking loser like you. Like, hello, he has a job. He can't just decide at 1 a.m., oh, I'm gonna go live again and cover it. When the dude, I'm pretty sure, wakes up at like 6 a.m. or some shit.
Anyone, or don't if you feel like you're too close to it. Dude, I think that you avoid stuff that would be negative to cover. Is that unreasonable? I go, wait, hold on. So you're saying that you would block...
Yeah, go live at 1 a.m. when he has to be up at 6 or 7. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, absolutely, Tip.
Fire your friend's Kiwi Farms thread at midnight while the allegations are still dropping? Or am I just misunderstanding you? Like, what is the argument here? Or do you mean, like, should I go live now? Like, what are we talking about here, bro? And then he goes, I mean, it just feels like I can never be critical of you in any way without getting a message from you. Like, you're trying to keep me on my side. Now, he's using the current talking points. Then it turns out you do have this issue with me since May, and you haven't said anything to me about it. Chud, I asked to chat with you when it happened, and you never got back to me. And then I kept the line of communication open. Now, eventually, Chud does finally tell the truth that this is partially his fault when he says, yeah, I could have been more clear on my end too. I never wanted to have some big crash out falling out with you, and I wanted to try and keep things amicable or neutral because I have no reason to dislike you, and I appreciate what you've done for me. Why did he not release these DMs? Yeah, why do you do it? That's a good point. Yeah, I saw that. That wasn't you, bro. Dude, sometimes you are very sensitive. I know it. Dude, my friend gets accused of beating fucking women, and Chud goes live and insinuates that I'm gonna sweep it up and not even cover it, meaning that I'm pro beating women. And he's like, dude, you're really sensitive about this, man. You're really sensitive about defending your rapist friend. That's really fucked up, man. I mean, this guy's like comically retarded. And also, he pretends he has no idea why I'm mad at him in his most recent live stream. I guess he just didn't read this. Also, I'm not saying go live and cover unverified allegations. I get Tom as your friend and it's a tough spot for you. You didn't seem to get that in the stream segment. I think I said on stream it's hard. You also said a lot of other things on stream. But it's like the nature of the beast. Sometimes we are the hammer and sometimes we are the nail. That is a beautiful statement from Chud. Dude, sometimes we're just that hammer and sometimes we're just that nail. And even if you don't want to cover it for personal reasons, understandable, that would be viewed negatively. I go, and then at this point, I just tell him the problem. And
by the way, I just got to say, if you guys enjoyed the PowerPoint that I made earlier, or you enjoy any of my coverage, you should consider becoming a member, or super chatting. And if you want to extra help me, you could always, you could always join the Patreon, patreon.com/ wait, what is my Patreon? What is my Patreon? Before I direct you guys to my Patreon, what is my Patreon? Here's my Patreon, guys. You can always go check it out. It has a really cute picture of a pig wearing boots, so. Oh my gosh, thank you for joining Lil Sip, Savina. Very much appreciated. Thank you so much. What a queen.
And he doesn't even tell me that I'm wrong. That's the best part. Everything I just told you for the last 50 minutes or whatever the fuck, I just run him through the talking points. Chud, my issue with you is that you said that you hated how people pit us against each other. Then you did a segment saying that I am a completely compromised Ethan Klein dicksucker. You reiterated that you do not watch my streams, but asked if I was loyal to Ethan to a fault. And then you published that segment fanning the flames. When I asked why you would publish a segment if your goal was actually to avoid people pitting us against each other, you said you felt raped for content, and it was unfortunately the only...
Yeah, I just felt really, like, dry for content, so I thought I'd snake the fuck out of you.
Interesting thing that happened that day. I didn't fucking hide this. I said it outright. He just didn't tell you on the stream the other day. He just didn't tell you about this. In the segment, by the way, your vague little shot was open when I'm calling you out, Nick Deorio. Then you started talking about retarded shit Stardust did. And your audience thought it was about me. Your response to this was, it's not all about you or something. I don't know what issue you think I had with you, but this is why I was put off. I do not think that I am being irrational here. So what Chud Logic does here...
Catch you later. Start hitting me up so we can start planning our wedding. Very funny. See you later, Scott. Hope you're doing well. So he starts talking about me here. I want to see what he
your
said about
responsibility
me.
to tell you about it. And it was you reiterated that you do not watch my stream. Is that wrong? And sometimes we are the personal. I just told you for the last 50 minutes or whatever the fuck. I just run him through the talking points. Chud, my issue with you is that you said that you hated how people pit us against each other. Then you did a segment saying that I am a completely compromised Ethan Klein dicksucker. You reiterated that you do not watch my streams, but asked if I was loyal to Ethan to a fault. And then you published that segment fanning the flames. When I asked why you would publish a segment if your goal was actually to avoid people pitting us against each other, you said you felt raped for content, and it was unfortunately the only interesting thing that happened that day. I didn't fucking hide this. I said it outright. He just didn't tell you on the stream the other day. He just didn't tell you about this. In the segment, by the way, your vague little shot was open when I'm calling you out, Nick Deorio. Then you started talking about retarded shit Stardust did, and your audience thought it was about me. Your response to this was, it's not all about you or something. I don't know what issue you think I had with you, but this is why I was put off. I do not think that I am being irrational here. So what
I just need to...
said you felt raped for content, and it was unfortunately the only interesting thing that happened that day. I didn't fucking hide this. I said it outright. He just didn't tell you on.
Watch him claim you were in Nick's ear about him or something, Lamau. Maybe. I don't think he'll claim that, but it was weird that, like, a couple of months ago, one of Kuihman's watchers, like, I was messaging with one of them, and they were like, oh, people seem to think that you blackballed Kuihman from things. I'm like, bro, I don't talk about Kuihman nearly the amount that he talks about me. It's, like, a little bit insane. You know? It's just a little bit insane. Or at least the way that he used to talk about me. Blackballed him from what? I don't know. I have no fucking idea.
The stream the other day. He just didn't tell you about this. In the segment, by the way, your vague little shot was open when I'm calling you out, Nick Deorio. Then you started talking about retarded shit Stardust did.
Yeah. He was like, I remember now. It was like he was like, I'm calling out Nick Deorio. And then they were like, why are you calling me out? And then Chud Logic was like, oh, no, it's really about Stardust and some retarded shit she did. And then, which the weirdest part is I don't even know what retarded shit I did that Chud Logic called me out for. Somebody wants to fill me in on that. Like, I have no fucking idea. What did I do? I'm just catching strays. I don't even know what I did here. I don't watch Chud's, like, stream, so I don't know what I did. But apparently he called me out for something I did that was supposedly retarded, so somebody let me know. If anybody here knows, please let me know.
And your audience thought it was about me. Your response to this was, it's not all about you or something. I don't know what issue you think I had with you, but this is why I was put off. I do not think that I am being irrational here. So what Chud Logic does here is what he does every single time I tried to explain to him what the problem was, and he just ignores me and starts crying. So let's hear about it. Okay, bro, I understand that. Let me lay it out. I do have issues with your coverage of certain topics, because obviously people want, like, a big blowout drama between us. Can I just tell you, this is before he went on vacation. This is recent. He still didn't want to do the big blowout drama. These people want these, like, they want this blowout drama between us, and I have a feeling that you're very resistant to engage with criticism. You have blocked a lot of the commentary people over it. I, of course, had some latent appreciation for our friendship and how you've helped me over the years. So what do? Some big stream pointing out my issues with your coverage? I have nothing personal, but my lack of commentary leaves me to get accused of sweeping. Dude, he's terrified of you. Yeah, all the guys in there being like, Nick's coping. He's horrified of you. And to be honest, I would be too if you're the last people in my audience. Who's gonna stop you? You know? Oh, my commentary community is calling you. Dude, he's complaining that you're calling him a sweeper. Bro,
What?
He's scared of being called a sweeper. This is the most audience captured motherfucker I have seen in ever, literally ever. It leaves me feeling like I'm biting my tongue. So, dude, I'm the pussy.
Dude, he is... One thing I will say is that somebody told me a long time ago, and again, this is how you know that I feel like I'm a very principled person and nobody gives me credit for it. Okay, somebody told me a long-ass time ago that Chud Logic does not like his audience and is in fact a little bit scared of them. This was a long time ago. And, oh man, that could have been something I made fun of him for, but I never did, you know? How can you be friends with someone who sees every interaction as material to get paid? Yeah, it's rough. It's rough. Apparently, there's one called The State of the Commentary Community. It's in the initial rant from the video I show after he shows I'm calling you out, Nicholas Deorio. It's from the State of the Commentary Community. Okay. All right. Oh, fuck. I shouldn't have read that out loud. Anyways.
You're afraid of your chat. It leaves me feeling like I'm biting my tongue because I have to...
This was like, it was some... Like, maybe a year or two ago, somebody was like, yeah, Chud Logic, like, is really depressed and doesn't like his chat. He doesn't like his community, and he's scared of them, so...
Crash out and talk some shit to fan the flames of shitters wanting us to fight. Now, I have to ask, what's the difference between crashing out and talking shit so my fucking chat leaves me alone and the banter? I'm just curious. When he says it's just banter, mate, and I do banter all the time, but in my messages, it's, I'm scared of my fans, I'm scared of my fans, I have to keep them at bay, I throw the mistakes so they don't eat me alive. Dude, Chud, just ignore. Dude, you know what you should do, Chud? My God's honest truth.
Like, somebody told me that a couple of years ago, and I was like, okay, I'll just, like, you know, that's interesting to know. But it wasn't until this that it was really confirmed for me, you know?
You should block them. You should block every last one of them. That's what I would do. Oh, I have to fan the flames of shitters who want us to fight.
Aiden and J-Stock were already fighting today over Aiden's doxing. They are all going to turn on each other. Yeah, it's kind of wild to see, you know? They're all... you know, the other day when I was arguing with commentary people on Twitter, not even again, these are sewer slop commentary people, right? They're not even real commentary. I just, all fucking day, I was ratioing the fuck out of these fucking loser-ass, tiny, you know... channels, just ratioing the fuck out of people left and right on Twitter was so funny. J-Stock doesn't want to associate with Aiden because he doxed Lyo's wife. Yeah, I remember that. So J-Stock, you know, he's got some sketchy people in his community, so...
I get that's bothersome for you. You message me BTS and we don't ever resolve anything. Feels like there are further tensions and pressures for me to have this conflict with you, which I resist.
J-Stock would murder his own mother on stream if content dried up enough. One thing I'll say is about a lot of these guys, they have like a wake of female ex-viewers and female like ex-friends and stuff that seem to have problems with them. So, I'm falling asleep and dealing with a chronic pain flare-up. Oh no, I'm sorry, Danny. I gotta go. I'm glad I finally caught at least one of your stream star. Keep being a sane person in this nuts community. Thanks for stopping by, Danny. I hope you're having, I hope you have good sleep and I hope you feel better soon, so.
I try to continue doing my own things outside of the HD slop cycle, which is taking over the commentary space. Alongside that, I have my own shit outside of streaming I'm dealing with, some issues with my channel that I'm trying to navigate. Honestly, it feels like a lot of the communication between us is keeping up appearances. Obviously, things have changed, and sometimes it feels like you're just wanting to see if I'm planning on turning on you. No, you did. You did turn on me. That's what you did turn on me. So Mr. You're So Sensitive, Mr. It's Just Banter, is a complete chat slave who's terrified of probably Kuihman. If I had to guess, probably Kuihman. Probably Pat. on me. So Mr. You're So Sensitive, Mr. It's Just Banter is a complete chat slave who's terrified of probably Kuihman.
He wrote this whole fucking essay out. This is the type of shit that a girl types to her boyfriend when she's mad at him or something. Like, what? Like, Nick, are you and Chud Logic dating, or were you dating? Because, like, this is like an another thing kind of text, you know? Like, this is something that a girlfriend or an ex-girlfriend types out, I feel, you know? Were they dating? Like,
If I had to guess, probably Kuihman, probably Parry, maybe even Dickers.
like, feels like there are further tensions and pressures for me to have this conflict with you. It leaves me feeling like I'm biting my tongue. I need to read this, okay? This is like absolutely girlfriend
It's Just
text.
Banter. I'm dealing with some issues. Of my truth.
Okay. Let's just replace bro with babe, okay? Okay, babe. Okay, babe. I understand that. Let me lay it out. I do have issues with your coverage of certain topics. Obviously, you want some big blowout drama between us. Obviously, people want some big blowout drama between the two of us. But the feeling I've gotten from you is you're very resistant to engage with criticism and have blocked a lot of commentary people over it. I, of course, have some latent appreciation for our friendship, for our relationship. I, of course, have some latent appreciation for our relationship and how you have helped me over the years. So what do I do? Some big stream pointing out my issues with your coverage? I have nothing personal with you. But my lack of commentary leaves me to get accused of sweeping. Get the moody point music going. Let's see. Yeah, this one's a good one. Okay. It leaves me feeling like I'm biting my tongue. Sometimes I have a crash out and I talk some shit and do fan the flames of shitters wanting us to fight. I get that that's bothersome for you. You message me, BTS, and we don't really resolve anything. It feels like there are further tensions and pressures for me to have this conflict with you, which I resist, and I try to continue to do my own thing outside of EHD Slop Cycle, which has taken over commentary space. Alongside that, I have my own shit outside of streaming, and I'm dealing with and some issues with my channel that I'm trying to navigate. Honestly, it feels like a lot of communication between us is keeping up appearances. Obviously, things have changed, and sometimes it feels like you were just wanting to see if I'm planning on turning on you, / shitting on you. Oh, was that it? That's the end of it? Fuck. It just fucking picked up the music. Never mind. Oh well.
Literally really just wish you answered any of my messages and we could play a game of Fortnite and talk about it. I don't want to like go on stream and talk about my friends. This is the last time I'm doing this. I don't care what you say about me from here on through. But I literally just wrote, I was like, hey man, why didn't we just talk on
It really reads like a girlfriend message. I'm so sorry.
Fortnite? Why don't we just have a nice chat? Why don't we hang out together? Like back in the good old days. And he goes, it leaves me in this place where we're not really friends like we used to be. You're spinning off into the Ethan orbit, and I can't really call it out without having a massive falling out with you.
And you know what else is massive?
Oh yeah, so then I say, Chud, we literally had a phone call shortly before the interaction, and I didn't get weird vibes at all. We were chatting about EHD and shit and going through talking points. Did I miss something? Yeah, that was months ago, man. I go, no, my point was it was right before the stream thing. I said I was so caught off guard by you saying that I was loyal to Ethan to a fault because we had spoken about this topic, and I didn't realize you thought that I was a principleless sellout. It completely caught me off guard, which I think most people would be a bit perturbed at the concept of their friend thinking that they've lost all morals, all morality. Up ahead, I interpreted at the time as you being upset that EHD was a content black hole where no other stories were getting attention, and you were holding me almost personally responsible. To be fair, I checked, it was 5/4, stream thing was 5/28. There was some time in
well, I'm gonna go to bed. I can't handle Chud's messages anymore. This is too much. Is it too much emotion for you, Gilda? You can't handle it?
between. I just didn't realize relations broke down that much in that time frame. Then he goes, dude, what's happening? Fake Discord messages. This is the only thing that I'm gonna say my bad over. And when Chud Logic started doing his whole the big sweep is here thing, I was like, bro, this is crazy. We literally had a falling out yesterday. So obviously his little drone started posting it. I said, yeah, I didn't say anything specific in my Discord. I just said we're not cool anymore. I shouldn't have said anything. My bad. I was just blown away when I clicked into your stream to hear about the Tom shit, and you were just unloading on me right after we stopped talking yesterday. And I apologized for that. He goes, okay, I mean, haha, I was taking some shots though. Yeah, it's definitely what I'd call it. Like, I have to respond to what I see in front of me. The board thrust was, why is the podcast on hold if it's no big deal? I mean, you could use common sense. I think that you have access to that ability. That is an ability that you, I believe, do have. Yeah, Chud, I was live. I thought it was insane. I don't have time to even read the thread. I was being precautionary. He goes, oh, I'm not saying go live and put him on blast immediately, which is kind of what it sounds like considering the timeline for this is the next day. So when would you have wanted me to do that? At 8 a.m.? I mean, the claims aren't well evidenced anyway so far. I go, no, I mean, I was already live at the time. He goes, be real, dude. You know that he won't get holed over the coals for this, like it was iDubbbz or Hassan. I go, to answer your question, no, I did not know anything. I didn't even know what he was fully accused of.
I've never heard Nicholas bitching about being called an H3 orbiter. He knows that it's good content.
Until I ended stream. I went on a lengthy rant on the stream about going in on unverified claims with Hassan and the furry.
There just needs to be like romantic music behind every time Chud messages Nick. Like
Thing. So yeah, I wanted to put out the podcast on hold in case Tom turned out to be a sexual predator. We had an episode ready to drop today. Okay, man, we're getting lost in translation here. So I whipped that back. And I said, I was responding to your claim, and I'm paraphrasing of, why would they put the podcast on hold if it was nothing? So then Chud starts complaining, saying, I'm getting a bunch of commentary droolians coming in saying nothing burger, no big deal. So I'm saying, it's no big deal. Why is the podcast on hold? Now it's a precaution, so you could assess, which is reasonable. So I agree it's aggressive to put it in the way that I did. Basically, not everything I say is about you, N-word. But I will say I was expecting you not to cover this at all, to be totally upfront. And then he said, so my comment about who will cover this and who won't is a jab at you, to be transparent. So I sent him my initial statement and I go, did this get leaked? I think I missed a message, but it wasn't super relevant, but I want to make sure it's here. No, not necessarily, but be real with me, dude. We're dealing with a different approach to this versus iDubbbz and Hassan. That being said, I know you criticized Willie Mac Show for spreading unverified shit. Moving forward, no, not necessarily, but be real with me, dude. We're dealing with a different approach to how iDubbbz or Hassan would be handled. That being said, I know you've criticized Willie Mac Show for spreading unverified shit. My take is, if it's a nothing burger, I won't cover it. If he's done something, I will. But I want to wait because I think I'm too biased to cover it when it's breaking news. And then he goes, okay, but, and this is not unreasonable, he is getting a lighter touch because he's your friend. I thought this was obvious. I thought for anybody, this would be obvious. Yes, it is more difficult to be critical of severe allegations against somebody that you've hung out with that's like been your friend for 7 years. Yeah, like of course that's the case.
I don't know why we need to act like this is crazy. And that's why I never understood people like going at people who weren't immediately condemning Destiny either. Some of the people that, you know, weren't immediately condemning Destiny. Like, they'd been friends with him, like, even for a few years, right? Like, you know, I don't understand the whole thing, sweeper hunting, just looking for people to, like, go after. Of course, if you've been friends with somebody for a couple of years, several years, you know, it's going to be a little bit harder. I didn't understand people going so hard after Not So Erudite, especially. She had her entire life tied to him, you know, and her immigration and everything. So, but that's just my opinion, you know. What do I know? I don't know anything. So, yeah.
That's literally why I opened my segment telling you that was the case when I eventually did my stream. Then he says, I'm not trying to catch you out here, just trying to be real.
I was supposed to condemn Destiny. Yeah, well, a bunch of people were apparently supposed to condemn Destiny. Which, like, obviously his personal life is a mess, you know? But, you know, personal relationships are much more complex, and people don't want to act like content creators are human beings and, you know, don't have complex emotions and things like that, right? So it's an interesting pattern how women seem to get hit harder by the backlash against the men that did them. It is interesting to see.
I wrote that directly. I am compromised because he is my friend. I am fully ready to condemn him if he is guilty, but I do not trust myself to be able to fully separate from this. I think that a segment where things are unverified will be a lot of embarrassing coping because I'm subconsciously looking for excuses. This is what I told you when I covered it. So I think it would be easier to navigate once all of the allegations are made because they were spoon feeding it and drip feeding it, and not as breaking news as things are being drip fed. I do not think there is any shame in admitting publicly and privately that it's going to be hard for me to navigate when one of my close friends gets accused of heinous shit. I do not think this is controversial. If Chud Logic does, it explains why he has no friends. That's the reality of the situation. Maybe to delusional 40-year-old retards, this is a foreign concept, but for people who actually do have friends, I think that most of them would understand my position. I mean, I'm in a different boat because none of you N-word. I'm in a different boat because you guys don't even like me anymore. Although it's different between us. I was more than fair. I have no issue with you covering it. I was actually looking to watch your coverage today to see some of it for the first time. But obviously, yeah, it's hard to navigate. I clicked in during the Great Sweep. I was going to you for unbiased coverage. Haha, bro, I'm being real as fuck right now. That's not just about you. None of the Cabal will cover this. This is fucking hilarious. I am the Cabal! When you're talking about the Cabal, motherfucker, you're talking about me. There's nobody else, which he agrees with. So when you say the Cabal, Chud Logic, are you talking about sensitive society? Are you talking about...
No, obviously not, right? Nobody, I'm sorry. Sensitive society, nice enough guy, but like when they're talking about the commentary Cabal, it's always surrounding Nick. We all know that. Everybody knows
Cheeto,
that.
Are you talking about think before you sleep? You're talking about fucking me? Fuck you, man. I would not be friends with this guy if he fucking begged to get down on his knees and suck my cock after this. Fuck this guy, bro. I didn't do a segment on the Aiden thing, even though it would have been an easy dunk. I do plan on covering this, though. I just want to cover it when things are all out in the open. Dude, you unfollowed me? Yeah, I was pissed. Then refollowed? Bro, I was fucking mad. Dude, the issue here is the underlying tension, some of which isn't even about you. I love the vague, like, listen, dude, clearly I have tons of problems with you, but I hate other people,
Rob.
too.
How's it going?
Yeah. People see things like that aren't like what they were. I'm estranged. People want resolution to this tension. They don't want BTS combos. They want blood. I hope you understand that when you only say my name, and then when you only say my name or make a comment about Ethan Klein, your audience will think it's about me. That's like so obvious.
Yeah, it's very obvious, right? And again, more girlfriend texting. It's literally like a girlfriend texting him. Before bed, thank you for the $5 super chat, Gilded. Before bed, I personally am quick to dig through allegations against my friends and then talk to them about it. Streaming when it breaks is dumb. Sensitive society. Okay, well, I'm not going to say anything mean about him, okay? I find it hard to believe that about a commentary cabal because I don't view commentary people as monoliths, even as someone compared as a black Asmongold clone. There was like a joke cabal. How often do your friends have allegations? I mean, that's a good question, but to be fair, you know, well, I don't know. The content space is weird. It's just weird. But like Chud's messages here really do look like a ex-girlfriend, you know?
So it's such a cop-out to say, oh, I'm talking about other people. Bro, you fucking name me to try to get the piranhas off your back. You're scared of your chat. So you can't just sit here and say, no, I didn't mean no harm. I didn't mean no harm. It's like, no, you're obviously taking digs to try to keep them at bay. It's pathetic. Your audience captured and pathetic. So then he says, yeah, 100% it's about you. Oh, thanks. Dude, I make jam.
There was a joke cabal, like somebody made a Discord server called the Cabal, but that was it. Like nobody talked in it. I don't think I'm even in it anymore. So,
jabs about other creators all the time. They're not jabs. They're not playful jabs. They're literally just like human sacrifices being put to demons.
That's what I would say Chud used to do, though. Like, it was only a matter of time he tried to do it to Nicholas Deorio, but he did this all the time with smaller content creators before Nick. They were blood sacrifices. Like that whole community was all about taking the shit out of people and then like trying to get them, I don't know, just absolutely shitting on people and trying to like destroy them and then giving them just a little bit of enough clout that they come crawling back to Chud Logic. And I saw the same people do it over and over again. And he took advantage of Tuna Chip, I'm pretty sure. Tuna Chip was a mentally ill guy. He was talking, I don't know, like a whole bunch of people, like Chud Logic did that with, you know? So they're all blood sacrifices.
I talked about J-Stock having Destiny's sloppy seconds. Listen, when he's right, he's right. It's pretty based. You keep saying it's about all these people, even with the Stardust thing earlier. I don't remember if this is accurate, so I don't want to state it as a fact.
You didn't say her name. You said mine, so they thought I made a retarded take. I think sometimes you're doing me a favor.
It was shot from the hip in a DM conversation. I don't remember if he says.
I watched him do it over his drama and allegations about Kidology and people around him who wanted to take time to hang out with him, and he ate them like chips. Yeah, I don't even know what exactly happened between him and Kidology. I know that somebody posed as Chud Logic, and started messaging Kidology via email, and then, like, I don't even know what happened there, you know? That they were trying to imply some weird shit about Kidology.
Stardust. I remembered it the other way, but just to be clear, I'm not trying to take him out of context. I think sometimes that you think you're doing me a favor. I don't believe that. I think he's a coward. And it makes the situation worse. I don't know, dude.
I don't know who Tuna Chip is. Tuna Chip was like an old, small content creator, again, who was a blood sacrifice. I mean, like, there's not much I can say there. These were all really small content creators who had farmed for content for no real good reason, you know? Like, I'm fine with farming people who deserve it and are actively making themselves into lol cows, but some people are just minding their own business or having boring little breakdowns on their own. I don't know, it's not really worth it for me. I don't think Tuna Chip deserved that.
Circles here, and I think we already touched on the more significant issues. So he goes, the only way this will be resolved is by a convo in public. I don't know any other way, but I will be using
Someone posted as him, made her act like it was some weird love connection attempt, and instead of being normal and investigating the drama / news and proving it wasn't him, he acted like it was him. Oh, that's really fucking weird. That Chud Logic did that. That's really weird.
Lethal force, and you will have to defend yourself. I go, you think the best course of action is to litigate our DMs on stream and scream at each other? I guess that turned out to be the way it works, but I mean, I think it's stupid. I think all of this is stupid, to be honest. I feel like a total fucking loser addressing the friendship allegations because this stupid British 40-year-old fuck lied about me publicly on stream and put me in a position where I had to explain what happened. I mean, I'm not sitting here doing emotions and feelings. I'm just showing you what he said. You can call it cope, you can call it whatever you want. The reality is, all of the stuff that I'm showing you is just his words, and I'm just showing you what he said. Tell you what, if you have huge issues with my coverage on Tom when the time comes, I might humor that, but I won't be subjecting myself to a gay debate on the friendship allegations. So there's that one. No, dude, about it all. About EHD, the Clubhouse. I don't know what the Clubhouse is. The Cabal, Tommy, Willie Mac Show, Tommy C, the whole lot, rape mode on. I go,
What?
oh, okay, you're memeing, because I thought that was like obviously a joke, which he then says, yeah, it is somewhat. Sorry, I didn't pick up on that sooner. It's been a crazy 12 hours, but I didn't know how else we were going to resolve the contradictions here. I was under the impression yesterday that you had no intention of resolving this. I thought that you were totally fine with just us not talking. So I didn't know we were looking to resolve anything. I thought we were moving on. That's like not what that wasn't what I signed up for in this conversation. Well, yeah, because I don't want a big fight with you. Well, it sounds like now you do. But you're trying to tell your audience you seemingly always did. But you're also not mad about the sub loss, but you also are terrified to fight with me or something. Yeah, this is really embarrassing. I do appreciate our friendship and what you've done for me, but I make a jab, give a take, and that's the issue. I don't talk about you, and I get pressed for sweeping. So this is another moment where Chud Logic...
It's, wow, he's just like literally, utterly audience cucked. Literally, completely cucked by his audience. Like, oh, there's just so much pressure from my audience to do this. Like, I just get pressed and I get pressed. Like, wow, what the? What, you can't just tell them to shut up and move on? Like, who in your eye? I'm pretty sure, again, I'm pretty sure that the vast majority of Chud Logic's audience does not give a shit. Would not have given a shit if him and Nicholas Deorio didn't, like, fight, you know? It's just a small vocal minority that he is very susceptible to.
He's admitting he's a cowardly pussy who's strong-armed by his audience, and he's terrified of being called a sweeper while constantly calling people sweepers. I mean, dude...
He is terrified of his audience. It's 100% true.
And if you're in my shoes, I don't care if you hate me or like me or what you thought about me before the stream, but would you not be spinning? Is this not fucking crazy? Why does he keep saying he's terrified of his chat calling them sweepers and then keep calling everybody sweepers? The reason why the...
And then that's a good point. And wasn't Chud Logic also like, oh, you guys seem really sensitive to being called sweepers when he was talking to Augie? That was like one of his things that he's like, oh, why do you care if you're called a sweeper? You shouldn't care if you're called a sweeper. And now you're afraid of being called a sweeper by your audience? Okay, Chud. Interesting. Very interesting.
Destiny sweeper thing was so malicious is because there's an entire Kiwi farms of people going after every single person who's sweeped for Destiny if you give them that label. Because if you swept for Destiny, you're ontologically evil and you get applied to like rape defender, nude exchange, all that's like everything that Destiny's ever been accused of, you're just totally down with it. If they brand you a Destiny sweeper, you're ontologically evil. But
I'm glad that Nick realized how rough that is. Yeah,
it's just like you don't even want to be called a sweeper for not talking about Ethan Klein. That's like actually pathetic. So then I just explained to him my final thoughts. Dude, the issue is the jab and the take is that I'm totally unprincipled and a dick sucker organizing a mass sweep for my accused friend to shut down people like you. I feel like you realize why I would take offense to that characterization. I'm like comically malicious in your interpretation. It's not like I've ever reached out to you over it's not like I've reached out to you over every minor comment, which he didn't push back on, but told everybody was the case anyway. I was confused when you say that I'm a horrible person, because that's what a unprincipled fraud would be, is a horrible person. I didn't know that my friend thought that I was a total, complete dick-sucking sellout. So I was...
Single player Carl, now that you reminded me of the Kidology stuff, I might have to hit you up later to get you to explain to me what exactly happened with him and Kidology, because I'd completely forgotten about it, you know?
I was a bit shocked to have that information shared with me. Regardless, I'm sympathetic to you getting it from both sides here as well. I don't really care. In the future, say whatever you want. Now, there's a couple more things that I do want to address.
How is sweeping that serious? Because sweeping was taken that serious with the Destiny stuff. If you were accused of being a sweeper, which you would be accused of being a sweeper, even if you didn't defend Destiny, people would like dox you and shit, you know? And so obviously being accused of being a sweeper in those communities, like, you know, pretty rough, you know, became a pretty bad thing to be. And then they went sweeper hunting to look for their next person to bully, because that's what they like to do. So, yeah.
Before I'm done tonight, this is a clip that he just lied
stopped
about.
Responding to him.
He just lied here. Let me show you this one.
And then I made some comments about him to Pisco. Do you remember that? I made some comments to Pisco about how much Nick blocks people, and that I felt...
So now he's leaning into his audience's talking points here as if I give a fuck about being called out for blocking. I've been doing this for like 7 years. This is my position. Deal with it. Subscribe. Don't get the fuck out. I don't really care. But he's trying to...
Yeah, not having my exact take is in fact defending him. So you're actually kind of the worst a person can be. Exactly. And you are... If you don't have my exact take on this and you're not willing to call this guy like a PDF file without seeing more shit, then you're automatically the worst person in the world. You're okay with PDF files, you're okay with rapists, you're okay with women abusers, and you deserve to get doxxed and have your entire fucking life ruined and have your, just get fucking swatted and get fucked, like, holy shit. Like, what? Like, yeah, the amount of times, and then they would just go looking for sweepers for any drama, and then they would try to fucking find their next target based on that,
into the whole blocking angle.
Strange. And guess what I got when that started getting shared on social media?
You got actually nothing because you're retarded and leaked the DMs where I told you what I was mad about. If you actually correlate this...
I mean, they were accusing fucking Lonerbox of being a sweeper at some point. Like, it was just insane. Hello? Somebody who was literally affected by that whole, like, in one of the most personal ways possible, accusing him of being a sweeper? Are you fucking kidding me?
This clip and what he's saying right here. I'm talking about how you said that you don't like us anymore. And I'm surprised that you'd say something like that because you ghosted me since September. So he fabricated this entire angle that I'm mad about some Pisco conversation. Unfortunately for Pisco, he's kind of just like a casualty of this conversation because I have no issue with him. The issue with the clip that I had is this one.
I'm told that Kuihman comes from your community. That's what people tell me.
He does, but I've had to cast him out because, he's unfortunately been too attacking of some colleagues of mine. He's a Hassan fan. He's gone after all the commentary guys and they don't like me anymore.
So I said it's kind of weird to say that all the commentary guys don't like you anymore because of Kuihman, which this could be multiple people as well. But I wrote back asking, hey, why are you saying that I don't like you anymore, considering you've been ghosting me since September? It's so obvious that this is what I was saying. It's like verbatim, but if you want to look at it here, it's the commentary guys don't like me anymore. So I wrote, you just ghosted me. Me since September. It's so
sorry,
obvious
I just want to look at
what
this.
I was saying. It's like verbatim, but if you want to look at it here, it's the commentary guys don't like me anymore. So I wrote, you just ghosted me. Like, that's just fucking crazy. That's an insane thing that you did. Also, yeah, this is just the context of those messages too. I said that you haven't answered me since September because he hadn't answered me since September, just for your viewing pleasure. Lastly, there's this clip.
It's not a safe space. Your friends put a bot on my server and put my paid Discord on a public website. Oh my god, dude.
So he's reading this and he's like, Nick Deorio.
By the way, they freaked out so much in Spicy Chat back in the day when they thought, like, people would send me screenshots now and then of Spicy Chat, some of the more bad things that would happen there. And they would freak out so much about that. Meanwhile, he's laughing at Nick's paid Discord server being put up on a fucking website. Why were you guys freaking out about people sending me screenshots of Spicy Chat?
The guy from the commentary community is horrified of screenshots. Bro, do you think that I am embellishing this? Your fucking... Maybe not your guy, but I think you might have been even talking about it in your server. Some guy created a bot, put it in my paid server, connected it to a fucking website. This is not a screenshot. It's a live leak of every message that gets posted in my paid server of all my...
that makes all of your paid subscribers like a fucking target for people too, if they're that crazy. So yeah, I don't blame Nick for not liking this, It's a paid server. So I was literally banned because the mod thought a slur in my bio would be screen capped in Chud's server. What? LOL. Interesting.
Paid members supporting my channel. I don't care if you're screenshotting it, that's like okay, whatever. They are mirroring my entire server. And you know who knew that? Well, Chud here, because he's reading a message where I verbatim say it. Now, this was inevitably taken down. Woo. awesome. I think Aiden spread like a rumor that I was trying to sue the guy who did it. I don't know if this is like a fucking retarded position or what. I don't own Discord. I can't sue you for putting my members server on a website. That's stupid. I just wanted it down because that's kind of crazy. And it's like, are we going to start like individually parsing the guys who give me money next? Is that the next thing that we're going to do? Because you guys hate me that much? Is that the plan? Like what's going on here? So I was like, yeah, dude, oh, you're in a safe space on Discord. I'm not in a fucking safe space, motherfucker. Dude, your fucking fans are doing this shit.
Stop stealing his Discord screenshots now. Stop stealing his Discord screenshots.
He's got it in front of him and he just lies to you. He just lies to your face straight away. So that's Deorio Rodeo. And then this is the last thing. Unfortunately, this is the only thing that I can't prove to you definitively because it's entirely fabricated. It just didn't happen. But I will preface something. This is what I'm going to say about this allegation.
This one, after having been subjected to some deranged fucking attack against my credibility whilst I'm on holiday, and I'm the spineless one apparently. What the fuck? How about addressing the questions people are asking instead of just calling them retarded? What do you mean I'm addressing the questions, dude?
I'm sorry, I was trying to pull up the clip that I wanted, but I got more of him yelling at his chat. I'm sorry, dude, I'm sorry. I actually didn't mean to do this. The fucking restart fucked me up. I didn't mean to put more of
That's wonderful. Thank you for the super chat, thank you.
Dude, he's got to stop being so sensitive, man.
Didn't you also signal boost the Assange crew's cancel culture allegation?
Okay, this is clearly not what I wanted. Hold on, let me just get it quick. I know where to find it. If we can grab it. What the fuck? What the fuck? What happened? Why are we full screen? Bro, I'm a professional streamer, I promise you. This stream went so well up until the very last second. For non-scripted, this is actually fucking banger memes by Nick Deorio.
I'm the spineless one.
Actually, does it count if it's scripted? No, then every stream would be scripted. This is the way I do every stream. So this is how you know I'm live, by the way. Hello to Jinro777 with the cat emoji. I appreciate you if you hate me or don't. So the one that I'm looking for here is planned. Planned. Well, that would be plabbed. Planned. Sorry, the microphone's over the keyboard. So I'm looking for the one where he says planned. Yeah, this is it. This is the.
But it probably was planned. It probably was planned.
Yeah, again, rich for him to say things were planned, you know? So.
Planned.
What Chud's referring to here is he thinks that my friend Turkey Tom, whose multi-million-dollar channel and career was on the line, where he would get branded as like a fucking sex offender for the rest of his life, that he delayed his video intentionally to spite Chud on vacation as like a gift to me, or maybe he's just horrified of the 14K viewers Chud's gonna get. Let me just ease your tensions on this one. I'm not trying to get out of it. I'm not trying to hide anything. It's just not what happened. Unfortunately, it would be really funny if it was true. Because that would mean that Chud Logic went on vacation for 2 weeks, which is identical to the amount of time that I couldn't respond to Chud Logic without fucking over my friendship with Turkey Tom, because Turkey Tom still had to respond to his allegations. So it is very funny, and it is very funny that it happened while Chud was on vacation, and I wish I thought of it, but I didn't. So that's my position on that. You can believe it or not believe it, but ultimately, if it was true, I'd be okay with it. It just didn't happen that way. Turkey Tom was getting accused of a various amount of things. You can go read the Kiwi Farms thread. Sacramento just kept going all weekend long. That is likely the reason why the video didn't get released on the planned whatever day it was actually going to come out. Because when you keep drip feeding things, you don't know if you're gonna have to make 3 videos or 1 video. The intention is to make 1 definitive video, and I think any reasonable person would come to that conclusion, but Chud Logic is not a reasonable person.
It was planned.
He's almost as unhinged as YMS. No, dude, Chud Logic goes to this he goes to this fucking Vietnamese brothel, okay, every single year.
Dude, this was rough.
That he goes to this trans Vietnamese brothel every single year, dude. And fucking stupid Rob's Media has come out. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It's a joke. I'm making a YMS joke.
Planned. You sound mad.
It's fucking YMS's stupid movie convent. Sorry. Right, dude. Current Nick just jumped over fucking retro 2022 Nick Deorio. My bad. Current Nick just jumped out at me. Sorry.
I think it's just frustrating, really. It's just frustrating to witness such cowardice.
So yeah, this is it. Chud Logic leaked a DM that had no context because his chat bullied him into it, and then I had to provide the rest of the content that I was perfectly fine with kind of just letting go until he decided to shank me in the back minutes after. I think this is just really shitty. Yeah, I think it's really shitty. Oh, dude, why is this different than all of the other? I was reading through the Reddit post and people were like, dude, Chud does this to Nick all the time. Why is this one different? It's like, yeah, because you think I'm an unprincipled sex offender sweeper. Sure, that's like a ontologically evil position to be in.
No,
So,
I believe that's real, by the way. Gilded saying him flexing in the mirror during sex, like the scene from American Psycho, allegation is cringe. Look, I believe that he did it, but I'm not one to judge. If, you know, I feel like a lot of girls are, like, excited by themselves looking good. So, you know, I think men should be able to be excited by themselves looking good, too, right? No? Maybe? I don't know.
ultimately, what does this mean? What does this mean for the channel? After this, we're going back to
I'm actually really stretching it when it comes to reaction here. I gotta react a little bit more.
covering trending news coverage. This community is fucking gonzo. No remorse. Same thing I said during the Casalvo Edwin stuff. I'm never talking to Chud Logic again. I think warranted. I think that's a warranted position that I'm having.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
yeah, that's probably the last time I will ever address this. The first and last time. It's nice. It's wrapped in a bow. And you'll see the segment tomorrow. Fuck this guy. Fuck the community that controls this guy. Fuck his friends. Fuck his family. Fuck the entire Great Britain as a whole. I should have known better than to trust an English YouTuber. I respected this guy immensely. The way that he navigated his Destiny drama to defend DK editing, I thought he was one of the most principled people I've ever interacted with. I was clearly wrong. This guy totally sucks, and this is why I hate Chud Logic. So ladies and gentlemen, I don't even know how many of you are
now
here.
listen, I will be fair.
Enjoy.
I know what people in chat are thinking and are going to say, okay? But my concern, ladies and gentlemen, is the big sweep might be on, okay? The big sweep might be on. Okay? I am not participating in the big sweep, okay? This is a totally legitimate story to cover and talk about. And that's the end of it, bro. Now, I don't think... Listen, guys, okay? Listen, okay? I do not believe that people have got an obligation to cover anything. People can cover what they want, okay? But my question would be, what would the coverage be like if this was about iDubbbz? If it was revealed that iDubbbz... that Anissa was into age play and shit like that, what would the coverage be? And I think the answer to that tells you everything that you need to know, doesn't it? But nonetheless, I'm not making any firm claims. I don't know what's going to happen. I can't predict the future. I can't predict the future, guys, okay? But to me, you can look at who decides to talk about this and who doesn't, and that will give you an indication of what the deal is, okay? That's going to tell you everything you need to know, okay? Dude, are we getting to the actual meat and potatoes? Why is everyone freaking out? Relax. Relax. Relax, bro. Relax. Why do people want to see the DMs so much? Why do people want to see the DMs? I don't understand, dude. I'm malicious. What do you mean? How am I being malicious? What do you do? What do you mean, bro? What do you mean? What do you mean? What is malicious here? Me responding to Nicholas, waiting till I go on holiday to say a bunch of crazy shit about me, to make out like I'm an I'm Alex type bigger, and then I'm responding to it, or me saying, well, hey, here's a bit of a background of how this came to be. How is that malicious, bro? I am responding. Dude, this idea that I'm some fucking snake, when people are waiting till I go on holiday to start talking all this fucking shit about me? Are you fucking serious, dude? Literally, what have I done wrong here? What have I done wrong? What have I done wrong? How am I... Dude, it's insane. It's fucking insane, dude. I'm responding to some deranged attack that this fat loser made about me when I was on holiday and wasn't really in a position to respond.
I just love how he also, like, you truly can tell there's, like, no loyalty to friends here because he just went from a friendship to calling somebody a fat loser. Like, wow. Unbelievable.
But brother, you fired the first shot, surely didn't think no one was going to fire back. Okay, that is an utterly retarded Julian comment that totally misses the point. Dude, I don't have a problem with people firing shots back, but I believe in a fair fight, okay? Not in...
Yeah, really? You believe in a fair fight? Really? I've never seen you engage in a fair fight in your fucking life, bro. Like, definition of unfair fights.
Sneakily getting your fucking shit talking out whilst I'm on fucking holiday, bro. What are you on about, dude? What do you make of the allegations, if anything, that this was a bit more than waiting and a planned operation, a la what they did to I'm Alex at TwitchCon? Possibly. I mean, the thing is I never like to think that anything's about me. But it probably was planned. It probably was planned. You sound mad. I think it's just frustrating, really. It's just frustrating to witness such cowardice. Do you know what I mean?
Wow.
And it's frustrating because none of these people will actually fucking talk to you on stream about it either. Why did you let this fat leser rape you via DMs? Because I'm too nice. Because I'm too nice, bro. I'm too nice all the time, dude. I'm too nice, bro. I'm too nice. Some might say I'm too fair. I'm too fair. Dude, it's almost like the second I'm getting on the plane, right? This sweaty fat fuck is like, oh, time to go live and talk shit about Chud, but he probably won't respond. Pathetic. But yeah, dude, what is this fucking valorization of being a pathetic, bitchy gossip? What the fuck is that?
Who's a pathetic, bitchy gossip more than Chud Logic, really? Really?
About, dude? What the fuck is that about, dude? Oh yeah, it's actually really cool to go around behind someone's back like fucking mean girls and talk shit about them. But
That's like literally all he does.
What happened to the commentary community, dude? These are supposed to be the people that have the difficult conversations, have the confrontations, and they're all sneaking around behind me talking shit because they can't fucking handle me, dude. There we go. You're being passive. Dude, what more do you want me to say, bro?
No,
dude,
chat.
this is the problem with you
Chat
fucking
like
Nicholas
it.
Deorio haters. What more can I say?
Pretty good. It's pretty good.
Dude? I've said everything.
His chat didn't think it was enough.
I've said everything there is to say. The guy's a fucking coward loser. And he's fat. Is that what you want? Oh, he's a fatty. He's a fatty. He's a fatty. He's a fatty and he's an FFW. Is that the other thing that you want?
Listen, Chud Logic, I know that I've absolutely just raped you, but if you want to come on and give me free content, I'll even let you come. Fuck you. I'm never talking to you again, dude. Suck my dick. Good night, guys. Later.
Nice one. Nice route. Oh, you can come on my stream and talk to me. Balding Angloid gets work whistle angry. I don't even know what this means. What does work whistle angry mean? What does that mean? Does anybody know? Work whistle. Oh, like the old cartoons. Okay. I need a little smoke. Air, maybe. Or puff? What? Where's the puff? The little cloud. Cloud. Is it? No, it's not that one. There's like a little puff thingy. I'm looking for it. Where's the fucking... It's like a little symbol. I mean, that one works too. But there's like the little puff cloud. It's like a... Maybe it's fast. Maybe if I type in fast. No. Yeah, I'm searching the emojis. And I can't find the one that looks like the little... Oh, is it this? Yeah, it's this. It's one of these. No, that's the thought balloon. It's the one that looks like a fart. Oh yeah, this one. That's it. Oh yeah, choo-choo train. We need a train. Train. Choo-choo. Angry. thick New York baddie. Okay, yeah, that's what it is. New York baddie. Ignoring his DMs. Is there a bald emoji? Bald. Man bald. Is there like a thick lady? Or maybe fire? Yeah, baddie over thick New York baddie. Maybe a honey jar would be better. Like, yeah, honey's better there. And then I'll put like the fire. Sorry, I'm thinking way too hard about this. Baddie ignoring his DMs. Oh, wait, no, I need the running man running. And then, male? Is there one going the other direction? No, there isn't. Okay, what a banger tweet. You guys should go like it. Okay, I'm done with stream. There's something deeply wrong with me. I was gonna cover Chud molding, but I'm too tired and I took way too long earlier on stream, wasting time, so I had fun, guys. Thanks for joining. If you like my content, remember to please consider subscribing, super chatting, becoming a member, joining the Patreon. I'm gonna be buckling down and trying to get shit done this week. Oh, I'm gonna raid into our relevant, maybe. Do I? Or you know what? Phoenix Ace is on. We're locking in, chat. We are locking in. Hopefully I'll be done with this essay soon. Okay, bye guys. I love you all. Sorry, we should listen to another phone call next week? Sure. Okay, bye guys. Go check out Phoenix Ace.